Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Yay! Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-374-2103. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-374-2103 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103.
'Tis the season. When you're in the mood for holiday music, listen live with the iHeartRadio app and on your radio.
97.7 The Brew is Asheville's Christmas station, brought to you by Balkan Roofing and Ingalls Markets.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station.
The pounding begins. The wagons are circled. Every wind is raidered. It's football time in America, and this republic has never been stronger. The Sportsocracy, Beer City's best sports talk, live from the Ingalls studio.
It is the Sportsocracy, and we are live in the Ingalls studio on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. The Sportsocracy heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, seen everywhere on YouTube. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link. Subscribe to the channel. That way you can join us in the chat. Get all your picks in on this
Football Tuesday.
Oh, man, is the vacation just has it.
Well, I mean, I'm not a Woody doll, so you can't just pull the drawstring and assume I don't smoke anymore, so it's a little harder to.
It's a little harder to.
It's a little harder to pull out that gravelly Luke Combs voice.
Okay. All right, and I get it. You want to save it. You want to save it for the bangers coming up at the end of every hour. It is a Football Tuesday here in the Sportsocracy. We will not be with you the rest of the week because of the Thanksgiving holiday. Of course, we wish everybody a very happy and safe Thanksgiving weekend. Hope you eat all of the things and have minimal fights with family, right? That's what the holiday season's all about, just limiting the fights with the family. But, yeah, today, last day of the week, and so we got a lot to get to because it's a Power Rankings Tuesday.
Ish.
We also have
There's only 13 teams in the NFL that matter.
We also have to do all of the picks for the weekend, plus our daily draft. So a lot to get to here. But first, Monday Night Football last night. Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs. Philadelphia getting the 21-17 win. What'd you think, Jeremy?
I'm not sure either one of those teams can win a Super Bowl.
Really?
Nope. Philadelphia did absolutely nothing for 53 minutes to deserve to win last night. Nothing. I mean, it was comical. I said it probably every 5 minutes of this game is far closer on the scoreboard than it has been on this field. And you're letting them hang around, and they will come back and bite you. Because Kansas City has nobody that Pat Mahomes trusts except Travis Kelce. Mm-hmm. There was a play last night, and it was late. I want to say it was on that last drive where Pat Mahomes could have converted the first down easily. He looked up, he saw, I believe it was Rashee Rice, and just looked off of him. He's wide open. There's nobody there. I've watched that tape now 6 or 7 times. And I'm a little worn out. So it just because I have pored over this tape. I didn't go to bed till almost 3 o'clock this morning.
Yikes.
Solely because I cannot figure out what is wrong with Kansas City and how you fix it. Last night, you outplayed Philadelphia for 50-plus minutes. They did nothing. Jalen Hurts was sacked 5 times in the first quarter. And he still lost.
Mm-hmm.
And he still lost. I mean, that's almost unconscionable. When you have the best quarterback in this league, it's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
But he has nothing that helps him.
No.
You have 6 more drops than any team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling, how are you still in this league? Oh, look, I run real fast. Unfortunately, you couldn't catch a cold in a freezer if we doused you in water before we threw you in it.
Yep.
I mean, it's pitiful, honestly. And you've got all these receivers that do exactly the same thing, but none of them can catch. And the defense is good. The defense really mitigated Jalen Hurts from doing much of anything. And he still lost. Yep. That's what I've kept coming back to for almost 12 hours now. And you still lost. I don't know how that's supposed to get better because you're going to come up against a Baltimore Ravens who, right now, they're better than you. Straight up, they're better than you. It's not close. I'm not sure there aren't a couple more teams in the AFC that are better than you.
Did Philadelphia give everybody else the playbook here, defensively speaking? Because they didn't let Travis Kelce do what he normally does, and it was basically just put it on everybody else. Put it on everybody else, and look what happened.
Well, if the playbook is be down 17-3 and really be just getting sheerly annihilated, I'm not sure that's a playbook that I would want to adhere to. Not sure that's I heard this morning too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, this is the playbook of how you beat Kansas City. No, it's not. Philadelphia didn't. You should have run out of Kansas City last night like a scalded dog. They had 9 opportunities to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't do it. If you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan today and you're walking around with your chest pointed out, you look like a moron. I mean, that's as nice as I can be about this. Because if you watched the 60 minutes of that game and you walked away from that thinking you're better than Kansas City, I got a bridge to sell you. You are the luckiest team I think I've ever seen in my life. Good for you. You got the win. More power to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be bragging about that today.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got to win over one of the best teams in the league. Now, they handed it to you, sure. But you're 9-1. You feel pretty confident going forward.
Well, because you're in the god-awful NFC, and I'm not sure that there's a team that can beat you. Based off what I saw last night, I would not want to see the Detroit Lions. I get that they just struggled with Chicago. I'm fully well aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about the Philadelphia side of this in the next segment. I'm stuck on Kansas City. For me, last night was 90% Kansas City, 10% Philadelphia. Because I learned absolutely nothing about Philadelphia that I didn't already know.
Yep.
What I did learn is Kansas City, you really better hope you're at home in the playoffs. Because I'm not sure what you do travels the way that it has in the past. Because, yes, you do have Travis Kelce, who, if he's not hurt, he's aging aggressively badly. Because he does not look as explosive as he has. He can kill bad teams. Last night, it wasn't that hard for Philadelphia to stop him. Because he's running to the middle of the field and just stopping.
Mm-hmm.
He has no clue of where to go. Because they're not scared of anything else. Marquez Valdez-Scantling gets over the top. I'm not afraid of you.
No.
I'm not afraid. I mean, even if he hits you in the hands, there's a great possibility you're not going to catch it.
I mean, we've been screaming this for years, right? We've been screaming this for years. Why do teams not do this? Why do teams not focus in on Travis Kelce and basically just bracket him in? Because I felt that's what Philadelphia did last night. They bracketed him in. Don't let him get behind you. And we'll let everybody else try to do that.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, he still had 7 catches. It just wasn't for much.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
He still scored once and could easily have scored twice.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing that I'm looking at here is you do realize they got inside the 15-yard line 2 more times, right?
Yes.
This very easily could have been Philadelphia got your arse kicked on national television.
No doubt.
And you really didn't do anything to stop it. I mean, am I telling a lie here?
No.
The interception in the end zone was an absolute terrible read by Pat Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Ball was underthrown. He was never open. That's not something you did. You just so happen. That would be like saying, let's see if I can come up with a good Thanksgiving analogy here. That would be like going to the Ingalls Bakery and having your turkey carved. Going to the butcher and having them carve your turkey, and then you set it on your Thanksgiving turkey. Like, I'm the best ever. Nobody carves a turkey better than I do. You didn't do anything.
Do right. Travis Kelce fumbles inside the 5-yard line in the fourth quarter there. The chance for them to go ahead by another score. And I get it. They handed it to you. But Philadelphia also took it, right?
Oh, what did you take? You had 238 yards of offense in an NFL football game.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not trying to rain on your parade, Philadelphia. I'm just telling you, I have a sweeping declaration about them, and I'm trying to push that into the next segment because that, to me, is not the biggest story here.
Right.
If I'm Andy Reid, I'm looking around going, who's going to step up? Because this receiving core is genuinely god-awful.
Yes.
Stone Sports Podcast asked, why does Rashee Rice not get the ball more? Well, based off the tape I saw, because he can't catch. He can catch if it was thrown within 5 yards of him, and then when he gets the ball in his hand, he's super dynamic. But he does lead the NFL in drops.
Mm-hmm. 26 drops for the Kansas City Chiefs so far this year. I remember in the offseason screaming, you need a receiver. And we kept just thinking, well, it'll be fine. Right? It's Patrick Mahomes.
Well, you've invested a lot of capital into receivers, and none of them are good. Rashee Rice is good with the ball in his hands. Who's next?
Mm-hmm.
What do you look at and go, because Sky Moore, there are times I watch him and go, how the hell are you in this league? I'm shocked they keep giving you a jersey.
One of his favorite targets is Justin Watson, and he's okay.
Justin Watson and I have about the same amount of athletic ability, but he can kind of get open.
Yeah.
That's another play that nobody's talked about. Justin Watson annihilated a Philadelphia corner off the line, and then just for no particular reason, runs to the inside and brings the safety in. All he had to do is keep running. That's it. He's got 5 yards on the corner. He's going to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
But Justin Watson's just meandering like he's taking a walk in the park picking daffodils. The entire night, I'm just sitting here going, this is the most unbelievable thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Our UK Chiefs fan asked, why did they stop running the ball? That beats me. I don't know, because it's not like Philadelphia was stopping it.
No. Isaiah Pacheco was getting pretty much anything he wanted.
By the way, I have to ask this question. Is there a player that celebrates more mundane things than Isaiah Pacheco? He gets up after a 4-yard run, and you would swear to God he just won the Super Bowl.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, sit down and shut up, okay?
No,
You have 3 more 100-yard games than I do.
I think I know.
Calm down.
I think I know what you're referencing, but are they?
Oh, I'm talking about them getting up and doing
celebrations? But is it more of? I mean, because the guy runs angry, right?
Oh, I don't disagree.
He's like a ball of electricity. When they hand him the ball, he just kind of bounces off of whatever's close to him, and then when he gets up, he does that flex thing.
Yeah, and that drives me absolutely crazy.
I mean, I get that's just his.
If you want to do it after a
game.
25-yard run, okay. 3, maybe just go back to the huddle because you did what you were asked to do and nothing more.
I mean, but is he doing the whole Cam Newton pointing the ball thing?
Oh,
and
he
all
does
of that?
it all the time.
I hadn't noticed.
He does it on every. I noticed it when they played the Jets,
mm-hmm.
and he killed the Jets. But it was really on 3 runs, and then you get up and start doing push-ups and.
Yeah.
That makes it real fun for a linebacker to just tee off on you.
Right.
And as hard as you run, you don't need to promote getting hit any harder than you promote it yourself.
No, you definitely don't. Kansas City losing last night, I mean, it gives you concerns, obviously, that nobody can catch a pass from the league's best quarterback. You would think that wouldn't be that difficult. But there's just something about this wide receiver crew and the connection, or I guess I should say lack thereof, connection with Patrick Mahomes, because he doesn't seem to have that, right? He had it with Tyreek, right? He even had it to a certain degree last year, I felt like, with Juju and Mecole Hardman at times. But I haven't seen anything that really, just tiny windows. Other than Travis Kelce, he doesn't have that go-to guy.
Stone Sports Podcast, who will be hosting the Ocho tonight with our buddy Armchair, or tomorrow night, excuse me. I keep forgetting it's not Wednesday. With our buddy Armchair Commentary, who he posted that in our YouTube chat. He had probably the best explanation of this I've heard yet. Kadarius Toney is a worse version of Rashee Rice. Sky Moore is a worse version of Kadarius Toney, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling is just awful.
Yes.
Yeah. MVS is a worse version of Mecole Hardman. We could just keep doing this. You all lose something as you go down the depth chart. And by the time you get to the end, yeah, you've got 7 receivers, but you don't. It's like my dating record before I met Amy. It's a whole mess of 4s. All right, there's not a whole lot of winners in this whole crowd. And it's a problem. And I'm looking around the AFC going, you have chosen a bad time to have a bad time.
No doubt.
Because the AFC will chew you up and spit you out because there are a ton of teams that can score. The Miami Dolphins can score. The Baltimore Ravens can score. The Houston Texans can score. The Jacksonville Jaguars can score. I even look at the Raiders and the Broncos. They can score. Kansas City can score. You cannot score in the second half. The minute teams are allowed to go into the locker room, no team in the NFL, including the New York Jets, score less points in the second half than the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow.
Nobody. They average 5 points a game in the second half. That's unfathomably bad when you have the best play caller in the NFL. I look at Kansas City last night and just go, you know what? If this is how it goes, I know you have talent. I don't think you can win. I do not see a path that you go into Baltimore and beat them because they don't have this problem. All right, if we have Odell Beckham Jr.'s got a strained eyebrow or whatever it is that afflicts him at this given time, and Rashad Bateman's hurt, and I'm down to Zay Flowers, and I don't have Mark Andrews, okay, I can turn around and run the ball. And Kansas City can do that, but they don't. It was very troubling for me.
Because even if those guys are hurt and those guys are gone for Baltimore, they could even lean on a guy like, Nelson Aguilar.
Stop. If we're talking about drops, Nelson Aguilar's name does not need to come into this.
No, but I'm
saying
saying.
That dude couldn't catch COVID in a retirement home. That dude's got the worst set of hands in NFL history.
No, I'm saying, where would he rank amongst Kansas City's weapons?
8, easy.
Really?
Oh, God, yeah.
He's worse than all of them.
Nelson Aguilar shouldn't be in the NFL.
He's better than MVS. You're in the
I'm not sure I agree with that. MVS at least gets open. Neither one of them can catch if they do, but at least he got there.
You're in the Sportsocracy of the ESPN Asheville. So what about the Philadelphia Eagles? Have they lost some luster after last night? We'll see.
The Eagles Giving Tree, benefiting Manna Food Bank, will be on display at the Asheville Mall as a reminder of the needs of so many families in western North Carolina. Drop off non-perishable items in the donation barrels at all Eagles locations, donate online or at the Eagles Giving Tree at Asheville Mall so Manna Food Bank can reach everyone who needs help. Nothing can hold back the holiday spirit of giving in western North Carolina. Please help Eagles Markets, iHeartRadio Asheville, WLOS, and the Asheville Citizen-Times ensure Manna Food Bank can fill thousands of empty plates this holiday season.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick-and-mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there. And even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Imagine a world where animals and humans coexist in harmony, where wild animals thrive, habitats are protected, and marginalized communities are empowered. At International Animal Rescue, this is our vision. Our holistic, community-led projects not only rescue animals, but also protect and replenish precious habitats, creating a better future for us all. But we can't do this without you. Show your support now and help keep the wild, wild. Visit internationalanimalrescue.org.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-374-2103. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes, and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-374-2103 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103.
Dell's Black Friday event is their biggest sale of the year. Shop limited time deals on laptops like the stylish, innovative XPS 13. Engineered to do it all on the Intel Evo platform. Plus, save big on ultra-sharp monitors and top-brand accessories. It's the perfect time to upgrade any home, business, or gaming setup powered by Intel Core processors. Shop now at Dell.com/deals to take advantage of huge savings and free shipping. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
The Sportsocracy.
Why are you smiling? Because I love football.
It's ESPN Asheville, the Sportsocracy. Heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Monday Night Football last night, Philadelphia goes to 9-1 with the 21-17 win over the Kansas City Chiefs. Not impressed by anything.
What am I supposed to be impressed by?
I mean, you went into a tough place and pulled off a win.
And how much of that did you do? I mean, name me the plays last night because there is one. Mm-hmm. There was one play by Devontae Smith, which was about as well as you can track a deep ball. Name me the other one. What else did you do other than be in the right place at the right time? And there is an art to that. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Did you walk out of that last night going, yeah, they could beat Baltimore. Yeah, they could beat Kansas City again. Yeah, they could beat Cleveland. Any team with a good defense, and you say I'm overreacting, you say anything you want to. I've been saying this all year long. Jalen Hurts is not that good of a quarterback.
Yeah.
He's not. And you get him into a situation like this where they looked at A.J. Brown and went, he's not going to beat us, period. Jalen Hurts had no idea what to do. And Brian Johnson's not getting better as a play caller. Because I'm going to re-reference what our UK friend of the fan of the Chiefs asked.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you stop running the ball? Why?
Yeah.
What did you possibly see that said we should go away from DeAndre Swift? It was the only thing you had that worked. And in the second quarter, you completely stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And, that wouldn't bother me so much if it wasn't about the seventh time I've seen Brian Johnson do that. You're going to get into one of these games, and that's going to bite you.
Yep.
Because you keep putting this directly at the feet of Jalen Hurts. And he's just not that good. He's fine. He's a top however many quarterback in the league. He's not a good thrower of the football.
Mm-hmm.
And last night, if you watch that tape and that's not how you came away from it, I don't really know what to tell you.
Yeah,
He threw for 150 yards.
Mm-hmm.
A third of that was on one play.
Every time I watch this team, though, I come away feeling like they should be the favorite in every game that they go in. Because of that defense, because of how good they are, it's kind of the
and I don't see how you're walking away after because of that defense.
Theory. It's kind of the Georgia theory in college football of yeah, they come onto the field and they should be expected to win. Now, is it always going to be pretty? No. But for the most part, they're the better team on the field. I get when you go up against Kansas City again, you expect them to have whatever, 9 blown opportunities? No. But their defense is good enough to keep them in anything. You are absolutely correct. There are major problems with that offense.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never seen them be behind the 8 ball. I don't feel like. I mean, other than obviously the Super Bowl last year.
I have to ask, what of the defense did you see last night that you think is going to keep them in anything? Your secondary is awful. And genuinely, I've never seen 2 corners regress to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Darius Slay is a walking turnover. Or a walking penalty, excuse me. I'm not impressed by that.
Okay.
I mean, Kansas City had 6 drops last night.
Mm-hmm.
You touched Patrick Mahomes 1 time. I mean, the most impressive thing was Jalen Carter trying to catch a spike. I've never seen anybody do that before. I didn't know what he was doing at first.
I must have missed that.
It was as Kansas City was running the 2-minute drill. Mahomes went to spike it. Jalen Carter dove underneath Creed Humphrey trying to catch the spike off the ground.
Oh.
And he almost succeeded.
Interesting.
But, I mean, other than that, I'm not looking at anything on that defense. Any team that can throw the ball, who do you have that's going to stop them? If their line is solid, I mean, you didn't get home last night.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have a corner that covered anybody. They just dropped everything that hit them in the hands. The NFL registered them with 6 drops. I counted 9 when I went back and watched the film.
Wow.
Now, what I consider catchable and what the NFL considers catchable is a little different, and it always has been.
Mm-hmm.
This is the reason that I think the New York Jets have about 70 drops, but it's just me.
Yeah. So where is what's your major red flag? Is there anything that can be done to address it?
My major red flag with Philadelphia is you're going to be at a quarterback disadvantage no matter who you play. Now, you're going to most likely get to the Super Bowl because I don't see anybody in the NFC that can stop you. It's hard for me to count on Detroit. I would not want to see them if I was Philadelphia. Because I don't know who you think you would put on Amon-Ra St. Brown and on Sam Laporta, but good luck with that.
Yep.
But let's just say this is their first real shot at the limelight. You beat them. You beat San Francisco. What team could you possibly see in the AFC that you feel good about? Who is coming through that you feel good that you would beat? You think you're going to beat Kansas City again? After last night, really, take your bird hat off and really analyze what you saw last night.
Mm-hmm.
Did you win this game or did Kansas City lose it?
No, Kansas City lost it.
There you go.
In the end, yeah.
And there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you feel good about playing Cleveland? Because that defense is going to do the same exact thing to A.J. Brown that Kansas City did.
I would not be afraid of Cleveland.
You should be. You should be afraid of anybody that's got a defense like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only thing they can do is run the ball consistently if you have a number 1 corner. There are 25 teams in this league that have no shot of beating Philadelphia because I can't line up on Devontae Smith. I can't line up on A.J. Brown. But I want you to really think about what I'm going to say. In the last 17 games, the 2 teams that beat them were the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets. Think about that for a minute. What do the Jets have that very few other teams have? They have 2 corners that can absolutely shut down 2 receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have anything else. With no Dallas Goedert, you don't have a 3. You're trying to throw passes out to Julio Jones, who looks like he's 907 years old. There's nothing else there. Kansas City's not an ideal matchup. Like I said, you should have lost last night.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at those contenders in the AFC, there's not many of them that don't have 2 real good corners. Miami Dolphins, when you played them the first time, they didn't have Jalen Ramsey. They do now. And I promise you Jalen Ramsey has no fear of A.J. Brown. None. He's a better corner than Trent McDuffie. It's not close. Well, it's close. I shouldn't have said that way.
Yeah.
He can do the exact same thing. If I was Philadelphia, I would walk away from last night going, uh-oh. This might be Buffalo Bills circa 1993 of, yeah, we can get there because we play in the terrible conference.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who you're supposed to beat. I really don't. And you tell me, oh, we're 9-1. Awesome. You should be 10-0.
Yep.
And that doesn't really mean a whole lot to me.
Because you don't like them against Baltimore. You don't like them against Kansas City. Don't like them against Miami.
And they win ugly. I get it. I'm not saying that I need you to win some beauty contest. Philadelphia can win football games one way.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. There is no second act to them. And it all comes back to Jalen Hurts, and it comes back even more than that to Brian Johnson, because I don't believe in him. You have not gotten any better over the course of the year. And there is something to be said that success is not always a positive. It is not always a positive to win regular season games. This is what I was saying about Denver yesterday. Okay, so you win games. You know what that means? You're not going to change anything. And then when you get into a game that really matters, we're 14-3. Wait, Brian Johnson's great. No, he's not. And you get into a high-level game against Andy Reid where it's not raining and they have a receiver that could catch a pass and beat again.
Number one thing that was said by Philadelphia players after that game was, no, we got a lot more to work on. They know. They come out of that game and they know how close it was. They know how many blown opportunities were left on that field. Mm-hmm. And we'll see. I mean, this is what great champions are made of, right? Come back, fix the flaws, but your offense has a problem. And I'm also starting to feel like that defense has a problem not being able to or let me say, not being as run stuffish as maybe we made them out to be. I feel like the last few games.
The front four is really good. The back half's not.
Yeah, but I feel like the last few games, rushers have been getting to the edge on them, and that can come back to bite you. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect Isaiah Pacheco to be as effective as he was last night.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a warning sign for the future for Philadelphia as well. Not saying they're perfect.
Now,
they're pretty damn good, though.
Now, there is another level to this.
Mm-hmm.
After I got out what I needed to say about Philadelphia and about Kansas City, there's not a great team in this league. We don't have one. So you can win ugly like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, I think we have now, as we go into week 12, we have separated into 13 teams. There are another 19 that are completely irrelevant, and you know who you are. All right? I don't need to list them off. You know who you are.
Yep.
Pittsburgh Steelers. You know which category you fall into. I mean, congratulations, you fired Matt Canada. 2 years too late, but
at least it's done.
I now feel like we have 6 real contenders. And then we have 7 contenders with the little bunny quotes. And next, we'll tell you who those are.
That's right. On a Power Rankings Tuesday and a Football Tuesday here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Showers lingering now into our afternoon and a little damp here as you're traveling out and about this afternoon with a gusty breeze. Still some wind advisories in the ridge tops, and it looks like high wind warnings in eastern Tennessee will continue. Showers shouldn't be too much of a threat. Mid-50s tonight, chance of showers 47. Tomorrow, a little fog early, maybe a passing shower, but it should be a decent day. Mainly dry and cloudy, breezy, high near 50. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick and mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
Sit back and relax as you listen to the sounds of your carpet. Okay, your carpet doesn't actually make any sounds. At least not until you drop something on it, like a dreaded wine spill. But don't worry, if your carpet is life-proof with pet-proof technology, it can stand up to life's toughest stains. It also stands up to pets. It can even stand up to a third grader's birthday party. Life-proof with pet-proof technology, available only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening now. You'll see your local holiday radio station, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
Over the last 30 years, 8 million U.S. service members have returned home after serving our country around the world. The biggest challenge a returning vet faces is getting back to everyday life. And a key to that is personal wellness. iHeartRadio has teamed up with some of America's biggest veteran organizations and programs to create Show Your Stripes, a one-stop destination for veterans and their families to find the resources they need. If you're a veteran facing challenges, or if you're looking out for the well-being of a veteran you know, visit showyourstripes.org today.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
Running a small business is no small task. At Home Trust Bank, we work hard to prepare businesses for whatever tomorrow may bring. Your dreams are our business, and we have local experts who can help you plan for a successful future. Dependable guidance you need, and service you'll appreciate. At Home Trust Bank, we take your small business banking personally. Visit your local Home Trust branch or anytime at htb.com. Member FDIC.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. All of the things that happened over the weekend, all of the college football, pro football. I missed this and wanted to just bring it out in case anybody else missed it. Apparently, the hatchet has officially been buried forever between Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, and Jimmy said he was or Jerry said he was inducting him on December 30th of 1923.
Yes.
Do you realize how old you have to be to miss the year by 100 years? And say it with total confidence. Didn't even realize what he said.
No. December 30th, 1923, you're going into the Dallas Cowboy Ring of Honor. And then Johnson came back with, well, I hope it's 2023. Jerry's at that age, right? You can't expect everybody to get everything right when you're that old. I mean, we see this every day, right? From the leader of the country. Did you see what he said yesterday?
No, but I saw his birthday cake that looked like that meme with the dog that went, it's fine, it's all fine.
He was doing the pardoning of the turkeys yesterday, that dumb thing that every president does on Thanksgiving. And he was pardoning the turkeys, and he said that the turkey's journey to freedom was a lot like trying to get a ticket to the Renaissance tour. And you know that Britney girl, she's real hot right now. And she's down in Rio in Brazil. That was 3 different ones. That was Beyonce's Renaissance tour. Of course, he was referring to She Who Should Not Be Named, who's in Rio right now. And then, of course, Britney, who's not been relevant other than,
nudie pictures on Instagram.
I was gonna say twirling knives for TikTok followers. Look, when
you're
old, you get confused, right?
If you told me in 1999 that Britney Spears would be on the interwebs doing all nudie things, I would have been real happy. And I get to 2023 and go, that wasn't what it was.
Nope.
That's not what I had hoped.
It's a lot creepier now.
My story also something that nobody wanted in any way. Now apparently we have to do casts of everything. We have the Manning cast for the NFL, we have the McAfee cast for college football, which I don't know if they're planning on doing that again, but that was another one that was not quite what I hoped it would be. Now we have one for NBA games. ESPN is going to have a Manningcast type program for upcoming ESPN NBA games.
Oh, I can't wait to find out who's on this.
Well, the host is a very well-known name, and I'm going to give you 5 guesses of who in the basketball world could be the host of this.
Brian Windhorst.
No. It's way more confusing than that.
Is it? So it's not like McMenamin?
No. You're going journalists.
Yeah,
you're wrong at journalists.
Oh,
no.
Lord.
This is a celebrity.
Drake.
Nope. Drake would probably make more sense.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne would certainly make more sense.
Am I in the ballpark?
Not even close.
Not even close.
Not even in the right form of entertainment.
Ooh. Can you give me a hint?
He's a comedian. I'll also give you another hint of he might be the most confusing person ever to host NBA games.
Jim Gaffigan.
Kevin Hart. All 5'4"
No, that makes
of him.
total sense.
It makes no sense.
Why?
Kevin Hart's 5'4".
Yeah.
And the most vulgar comedian you will ever see in your life.
And would beat you like a kettle drum on the basketball court.
Have you seen me? I mean, he might score on me because he just run around. But, yeah, here's my offense. Ball! We're going to drop step you to death. I am 6'5". He is 4'6". I don't like your chances.
Thank you, B. Malik. He went. I was thinking Bill Burr as well, and then I thought he's a little. It's a touchy subject right now.
But yeah,
I can't wait for his next stand-up. By the way,
why is Bill Burr a touchy subject? I mean, I know his wife just flicked off Donald Trump
because of that. He's taking a lot of heat for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, it's his wife for one.
Because he's in an interracial relationship, and the MAGA crowd don't really like that all that much. And
we're
she
not
flipped
still
off the
doing
president.
that. That's like 0.1% of people. Stop that. Yeah. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I give people too much credit, but I don't think there's.
No, you give a lot of people too much credit. I'm not saying you give people too much credit, but there are a lot of people that you give too much credit to.
Andreas Pinckney said, Manningcast was fun for 5 whole seconds. Now it's the worst thing in football. I can't say it's the worst thing, but I will say I have found myself not watching it for a slew of weeks. You want to know when the Manningcast really dies? When your team's playing. Watch it with your team. You'll never watch it again. And ask me how I know that, because that Chargers-Jets game, by the second quarter, I was like, I would like to punch both of you directly in the mouth as hard as I can.
I'm so glad you're coming around to my side on that one.
It's still good when I don't care.
Yeah, it got old.
I'm with Rob Johnson. Let's not make a narrative. I'm totally. I also forget he hosts a political show that he deals with people that I don't.
Exactly. I hear from the kookies, and it's one of those things.
Yeah, I don't. There are just certain things that I have absolutely no patience for, and there are certain things that you can tell me in 2023 that I just go, oh, you're a moron. It's awesome.
Oh, that offended you? Oh, awesome.
Yeah, you just look for things to be offended by, don't you?
Yeah. Anyway.
That's the beauty of your name being on the door, is that, see, I could say that.
Yeah. Were you finished with your story?
Well, yeah, it's the correct answer here was you throw the bag at Charles Barkley. He would have been the right call for this.
Yeah.
Now, how much that would have been, I do not know.
Because I think TNT gave him
bajillion dollars.
Because I was going to say, I think TNT gave him a stake in the company.
Is there anybody that they could have put on this that you would go, yes, I can't wait to watch NBA Tuesday night basketball?
No.
I've been racking my brain since I found this story trying to figure out, is there somebody that I would? And I haven't gotten there yet.
No, there's nobody you could put on that show to make me care about.
Did see Nikola Jokic got ejected last night because he went full ham sandwich on an official.
And y'all still won without Jokic and your coach.
Well, here's the thing. The Detroit Pistons could have played the Denver Broncos, and I'm not sure they would have beaten them in a game of basketball.
It is a football Tuesday, It's also Power Rankings Tuesday. So we're going to do a mini Power Rankings here. We're going to give you the top 13. But first, we're going to give you the bottom 7 of the top 13. And then we'll give you the top 6, the actual contenders, coming up in the next hour. So,
these are the quote-unquote contenders.
The quote-unquote contenders.
You are technically a contender to make the playoffs. And if a small act of God happened, you could still, in theory, do a thing with that.
Mm-hmm. Always starting from the bottom.
My number 13 is the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
Yes, you're 6-5. Yes, you're getting Justin Jefferson back. No, I do not understand how you're winning games. But you'll make the playoffs, and if things went your way, you could win a game. And I'm going to keep referencing the 2 teams that played last night.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota would probably give Philadelphia more of a headache than they would want, because they do send exotic blitzes that cover up, we'll say, a lack of talent on their defense.
Yep.
Justin Jefferson wouldn't be fun for you.
Is the move to go get Joshua Dobbs the most underrated move of the year?
No. I can't off the top of my head say what's better.
Okay.
But, I mean, there has to be a team that's a legit contender. Oh, you said underrated. So, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I also think the wheels are going to come off this Josh Dobbs thing, and it's not going to take all that long.
Well, you know it is.
Well, it did in Arizona. It worked for 2 weeks, and we were talking about how great he was. And then he was a big bowl of gutter dumpster juice for 5 weeks.
Right, and not only, I was going to say, and not even, 10 days after we were glowing about him, they were talking about Clayton Tune. So, yeah, I get the wheels are going to come off. But for right now, it looks like the deal of the century and the bad beat of the century for the Cleveland Browns that got rid of him.
No, I still would rather have Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Really? Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, because, look, the reason they went to DTR instead of P.J. Walker is I know exactly what you are. I know exactly what Josh Dobbs is. I'm not winning a Super Bowl with Josh Dobbs. There's a 0.1% chance that I win one with DTR. That is higher than Josh Dobbs.
Okay. All right.
And maybe, just maybe, I strike lightning in a bottle.
All right. Number 12.
This is where it got difficult for me because I really wanted to put Cincinnati in, but I can't. With Jake Browning, I can't.
I wanted to, too, but I couldn't have him there.
It's the Buffalo Bills for me.
Okay.
It is almost comical to me how different the tides are with Buffalo after a 32-6 win over the Jets. You get that was the Jets, right? Like, I mean, that we weren't playing Scooby-Doo here. There wasn't an actually good team under those helmets. You beat a historically bad offense.
Mm-hmm.
And what you've got coming up is evil.
I had the Bills at 11 on my list. So we're in the same ballpark with this team. I can't really trust you at this moment. Although, who are we playing this week?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles. So fire up your Gabe Davis, all you Gabe Davis fantasy owners. You've played him for the last 2 weeks, and he's done nothing. So now's the time to play him. Maybe he'll do something, because he does that thing every 2 weeks. And he pulled 0 this past week, which thanks for that.
Well, I mean, I don't feel like that should be surprising.
What?
That Gabe Davis didn't score this week.
Why?
Because he got Sauce Gardner about 60% of the time. If you thought Gabe Davis was going to have a big game on the Jets, he has 1 catch against that team in 2 years.
Mm-hmm. We said it on the fantasy show.
We didn't do a fantasy show.
Didn't we?
No,
or
I was in Hot
Springs.
Springs.
Preview or something.
No.
That Stephon Diggs was going to get the majority of the coverage, so it could be a Gabe Davis win.
I said that the Jets don't switch sides with corners, and if Joe Brady has a brain in his head, he'll run Stephon Diggs to DJ Reed.
Mm-hmm.
And Stephon Diggs will be the dude.
Buffalo, terribly inconsistent. Can't hold on to the football. They're a big problem. Quote-unquote contender.
Quote-unquote. Kind of like the team I have at 11.
Yep.
The Seattle Seahawks.
We had them flipped.
And trust me, I don't love any of the three teams that I've said here. Rob Johnson asked, what if Jake Browning is Tom Brady 2.0? Well, you remember that thing I just said about DTR? It's like a 0.1% chance. That will look like the daddy piece of pie compared to what Jake Browning being Tom Brady 2.0 would be.
Seattle, another one. Terribly inconsistent. Geno's not it. I mean, he's not what he was last year, and that's a problem.
I can't disagree with anything you just said.
Number 10.
You're gonna disagree with me here, and I know that.
Okay.
And I'm not sure that I care.
Okay.
It's the Miami Dolphins.
That seems pretty low.
What have they done that would change your mind? We have said they beat 500 or worse teams.
Mm-hmm.
You beat the Raiders, and I like the Raiders. I think they're exponentially better than you do. That still doesn't change the narrative of you don't beat good teams. They're an average team.
Okay.
And you struggled with them at home with a rookie quarterback.
All right, now I have to know who's at 9.
Why do you say that way?
Because I'm just curious who you got ahead of Miami here.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
You don't play hardly anybody.
Yeah.
All Jacksonville has to do is exactly what Miami does, and there's only one impediment in your way, and it's the team at 8.
Yeah. But is this one of those that you looked at and went head-to-head on a neutral field, you think Jacksonville's better than Miami?
Okay, I'm going to say this again because apparently I'm saying it too quickly. Miami doesn't beat teams over 500. Are the Jacksonville Jaguars over 500?
Mm-hmm.
End of message. Repeat the line.
Okay.
You would take Miami to beat Jacksonville
yes,
right
I
now?
Would.
I wouldn't, and I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't even think about it.
Really?
No. Until you do it, I'm not going to believe you can. I told you this when they lost to Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get any more cracks at this apple. You've played 3 good teams. You lost all 3 of them, and 2 of them in pretty embarrassing fashion.
But doesn't Jacksonville have the same problem?
Yeah. I mean, you're not 100%
I mean,
wrong.
I feel like Miami's the better team. So, I would take them over that. That's just interesting little aside. All right, so Jacksonville at 9. And then,
and by the way, Jacksonville has beaten over 500 teams. 3 of them, actually.
Really?
Miami.
Yeah, but one of those is the Steelers. You can't.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Number 8.
This is where I believe there is a bit of a jump, and it's the Houston Texans.
I knew you were going to say that.
It's the Houston Texans. On a neutral field, would you take any of the teams I just said against Houston?
No, I wouldn't.
Because C.J. Stroud is that good.
I mean, except for Miami. I would take Miami over them.
Somebody in the chat, just can you say it this time? Because I've said it like 4 times, and I don't really want to say it again.
Miami cannot beat teams with a winning record.
I didn't say they couldn't. I said they haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And until they do,
yep.
It's kind of like you being a prima ballerina. I'm not going to tell you couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen you do it, and I don't think it would work.
All right, let me guess. Number 7,
Cleveland Browns.
I knew it.
And Cleveland is just I don't know exactly what your quarterback is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I mean, I would like to know, and your defense is so good that it may not matter, but I've only seen a couple teams ever that were that bad at quarterback really contend for a Super Bowl.
I cannot trust you offensively. I could trust you fully defensively. There again, Miami was my 7. I had them ahead of all of those teams. We had all of the same teams, by the way.
Andreas Pinckney said the Dolphins are on conversation probation until they beat a good team. I'm here for it.
You're in the Sportsocracy.
They don't get a chance to do it this week either because they get to play the Tim Boyle-led New York Jets.
ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM at 1400. Take a quick break. When we come back, Jeremy's first set of bangers for the weekend. The best season of the year is here.
Tailgate season.
Monster Brewing presents this season's MVP,
The Beast Unleashed.
with 4 bold, familiar flavors.
With 0 caffeine and 0 sugar.
Beast Unleashed is your new pregame ritual.
With white haze, mean green, peach perfect, and scary berries, there's a flavor for every fan. The Beast Unleashed.
6% alcohol by volume. Unleashed responsibly. Must be 21 or over. Beast Unleashed available at your local retailer.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt Zach with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com, your one-stop custom apparel shops.
Amazon's got the best deals on Black Friday. Oh, the best deals are on Cyber Monday. Friday comes first when it comes to saving. Monday's worth the wait for what you've been craving. Deals so good it'll feel like stealing. Real cool message, could you make it less appealing? What's with the beef? You can get that too. Won't you call us? What's triggering you? Whichever day you're shopping on, you'll save a bunch at Amazon on Black Friday, Cyber Monday too.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-374-2103. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes, and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-374-2103 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103.
It's here. Black Friday week is live at Target. Save up to 50% on select tech and video games. Plus, save up to 40% on select small appliances, up to 45% on floor care, and so much more. And get free shipping when you spend $35 or use your red card at Target.com. Hurry! These Black Friday deals end Saturday. Get low prices and great Black Friday deals. Only at Target. Exclusions apply.
Love like this before.
Start with only bangers. I don't have a lot of favorites this week. I'm not big on the favorites, but there is one I really like. Ole Miss minus 10.5 at Mississippi State. Yeah, I know you fired your coach. I got that, and the fired coach bump. And it's a rivalry game. It doesn't change the fact Mississippi State can't score on anybody. It hasn't mattered who they play. They can't score, and Ole Miss scores at will. They should cover this in the first quarter and never look back. I get it's the Egg Bowl. I get it's usually close. Hotty-totty by a lot. But that's not what you're here for.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
Not just a dog, but a road dog. Iowa's a 2.5-point dog at Nebraska. And every time I say that out loud, it's just funny because Nebraska is not good at football. The over-under in this game is 26.5, and I'm taking the under. I'll keep doing it until you make it in the teens because Iowa never allows anybody to score, and they don't score themselves. Final two, I like both rival teams against the Pac-12 contenders. Oregon State plus 13.5 at Oregon. Washington State plus 16.5 at Washington. I'm not telling you either one of them win, but I think they can both give you just a tremendous scare. They're both on the road, too. So it takes a bold man to do it. But I'm one of them. Take all those wagers to betus.com. Use our promo code Sportsocracy. You get a 125% deposit match on your initial investment and up to 30 risk-free wagers so you can bet the remaining bowl games and the NFL with us all season long.
We will be right back on ESPN Asheville's second hour of a Football Tuesdays next.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Showers lingering now into our afternoon and a little damp here as you're traveling out and about this afternoon with a gusty breeze. Still some wind advisories in the ridge tops, and it looks like high wind warnings in eastern Tennessee will continue. Showers shouldn't be too much of a threat. Mid-50s tonight, chance of showers 47. Tomorrow, a little fog early, maybe a passing shower, but it should be a decent day. Mainly dry and cloudy, breezy, high near 50. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text HEFTY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HEFTY to 42424. That's HEFTY to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's here. Black Friday week is live at Target. Save up to 50% on select tech and video games. Plus, save up to 40% on select small appliances, up to 45% on floor care, and so much more. And get free shipping when you spend $35 or use your red card at Target.com. Hurry! These Black Friday deals end Saturday. Get low prices and great Black Friday deals. Only at Target. Exclusions apply.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls Studio.
It is the Sportsocracy live in the Ingalls studio on ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. The Sportsocracy heard everywhere on the iHeart Radio app, and we're seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com. Click that live video link. Subscribe to the channel. Join us in the chat. That way, not only can you vote in the polls for the House of Reprehensibles picks each week when we pick every game against the spread, but you also can find the link to the new merch store, all consolidated down, and it's all, of course, the #1 thing that you need to use to fill out your, significant other's Christmas wish list. Black Friday shopping.
We will have new things dropping every day and 10% off all orders over $50 for the rest of the month of November.
Yes. All your Sportsocracy merch.
I ordered a slew of these things myself this morning.
Did you get me anything? Oh.
You have a credit card.
You jerk.
I mean, I'll give you the link.
Wait a minute.
It's the beauty of drop shipping things is that we pay what you do. So, and trust me, I dropped this to the lowest it could possibly be. It was the goal. So nothing overly expensive. There's some moisture wicking, the kind of like the thing I've got on right now. We've got a couple of those that I'm really looking forward to. I want to change my whole wardrobe to just nothing but things that can get wet and then immediately be dry.
For what purpose?
Because they're comfortable.
Oh, okay.
They're really soft.
Do you expect to be out in the rain or
no? I'm a house cat. I don't do outside, but
that is true.
These are very comfortable.
Yes, they are. So you can get the link to the new merch store, all consolidated down in the YouTube channel, as well as vote on each of the matchups for Week 12 in the NFL.
And it will be up on our YouTube page if I can ever figure out why it won't do that.
We will be picking games coming up in the next hour of the program. So stay tuned for that, each and every matchup for Week 12. But first, we got to do the daily draft, right? Where to go? Where are you going to go this weekend?
I get the number one pick, and I don't think this is all that hard. It's Michigan, Ohio State.
Yeah, that's number one.
We got a play-in game here for the college football playoff, and I want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have as much of a lean on this game as I thought I would, and I do think this will be really competitive. I don't see Michigan blowing them out with Jim Harbaugh sitting at home.
Yeah, I don't believe that's the case either. I don't know what to expect from Michigan because I
Ohio
felt
State's
like
healthy too.
But I felt like with Jim Harbaugh not there, there's like a massive governor on the offense. Am I wrong in that? Am I reading this the wrong way? It just feels less explosive for some reason.
It has not been good for 2 weeks. They struggled with Maryland last week. Finally, a team scored more than 13 points. So, that's what I said.
Right.
If a team ever does that, I will start to question Michigan a little bit. And they did.
Mm-hmm. That was no doubt the number one place to go. Oh, goodness. And then Niners Seahawks on Thanksgiving? Is that do it right?
That's the first time I have ever seen you take one with the first pick that was not even on my board.
Really?
They could play that game in my backyard. I'd move.
You think it's going to be that bad?
Oh, I think it'll be. I don't necessarily think the score will be that bad because it never is.
Mm-hmm.
But do I think that's going to be a fun, palatable game to watch? No.
Oh, I think these are always fun games to watch.
It's funny because I think they're never fun games to watch.
Really? You don't.
They're always close,
right? You don't get excited about the last minute defensive centric kind of battles. I do.
San Francisco's just been the better team for an extended period of time.
Mm-hmm.
They're better right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had that one. The vote on that one was literally not a person took Seattle.
Yeah,
that's a bad sign for me.
Right. I don't think it's going to be a blowout per se. I do expect San Francisco to win, but to me that is. I mean, that's one of the best games of the weekend.
I think you kind of lose me on the quarterback matchup. Brock Purdy and Geno Smith. I'm thankful for a lot of things, and I'm really thankful I didn't pay for tickets to that.
It's more what the game means than anything.
What's the game means? San Francisco's going to dog walk this division. Seattle will be a wild card team. They might win a game. Anything going to change that? I mean, if Seattle were to somehow beat San Francisco, does that change your opinion about that division?
I don't know. It might make you think that Seattle might be a little bit better than you think they are.
Probably wouldn't for me.
Maybe not. Maybe not. It would for me. And then I'm going back to the college ranks for the Civil War. Oregon State. Top 12 teams.
That one was on my list.
That's a chance for Oregon State to, pull the upset here and kind of ruin things for the old rival.
Well, and I would be remiss if I didn't point out we've had several of these "Hey, you're abandoning us" games, and the one being abandoned has fared pretty well in those.
Mm-hmm.
I took both of the directional state schools, so Washington State and Oregon State. I think they both cover. I don't think either one of them wins.
No.
But that game is always closer than it should be. Oregon State is really good, and Jonathan Smith, I will almost bet you this is his last game at Oregon State. Because I don't see how he doesn't get another job. He's been too good.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're going into some Mountain West molded nonsense. I'm good.
And maybe he'll get the Texas A&M job.
Well, so far, the Texas A&M job has gone exactly how I thought it would. It's been a whole lot of, hey, let's call that guy. He answered and said, new phone, who dis, and hung up.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep. All right, your next selection?
Oh, see, this is where I have to play you because I have to think about what you will do.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's going to be – all right, I'm going to take Buffalo, Philadelphia. Because is there a possibility that Ken Dorsey was the problem there? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it, but it's possible. And if that's the case, this could be a massive trap game for Philadelphia because you just played on Monday Night Football. You got the week of Thanksgiving, which is always leads to some weird things happening. This is a week I will tell you, if you're doing nothing but picking straight favorites, you're probably not going to like how your betting ledger looks at the end of the week. Denver's a 2.5-point favorite against Cleveland.
Yep.
I just want you to think about what I just said. And I do think there's a possibility with how bad that Philadelphia secondary has been. You should be able to get Stephon Diggs free. You should be able to get Gabe Davis free.
Mm-hmm.
And do you see another step forward in the offense? I mean, they scored 32 points on the Jets.
Yep.
That's not easy to do no matter how inept the offense is. And to me, that is about as interesting of a game as you're going to get over the course of the weekend. Now I have to figure out which one I don't want to lose. And I'm going to go back to college, and I'm going to take my team.
Okay.
I'm going to go to it pains me to say this. I got to go to Gainesville, Florida, a place where their road signs have pictures because half the people in town can't read them in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really intrigued by this game. And I'll tell you why. For the vast majority of the week, I've been dead set on Florida State's going to win this game, but it will be close. And the more I've thought about it, Tate Rodemaker is not a bad quarterback.
Well, no. I mean, he's a scholarship quarterback for Florida State. He can't be bad.
He's a backup quarterback in the transfer portal era, so he's not great. But he's also been here the entire time Mike Norvell has. And there's been a lot of trust in him. I think they can win this game with Florida. I'm still going to take Florida to cover the number. And I've been to enough of these games that when you get a scenario here where this is basically Florida's bowl game. Because, yes, if you win, you're still going to make it to a bowl game, but it's going to be a game that nobody cares about, nobody plays in. Anybody that has NFL aspirations won't play in it. It'll be one of those stereotypical, all the guys that you care about are gone. There's no Graham Mertz this week for Florida, which means they'll be going to Jack Miller. That also might have had a role in me thinking that this could be better than I thought for my Seminoles.
Mm-hmm.
But you win this game, you beat Louisville, you're in the playoff.
It was on my list, so good for you getting your team.
Well, I also know you're going to go full homer at some point and take a game that I wouldn't watch if they played it in my living room.
I might. You never know. May just completely go off the board. You never know. My next one, I'll go back to the NFL. I'm surprised you didn't take this one because I figured I erred in not taking it earlier. It's the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That
it was on the list.
I mean, if you got one game that's got all the makings of a barn burner down to the end, I feel like it's the two teams that are going to fight for this division.
We will not have a fantasy show this week, but let me give you one solid piece of advice. If you're playing DraftKings and you have no elements of that game, you did it wrong.
Christian Kirk, Tank Dell.
Tank Dell's just gotten so expensive. He's so good. Man,
he's still an automatic start, though, I feel like.
If Kansas, no doubt. If Kansas City had only taken Tank Dell, I feel like we would be. We'd be looking at that team slightly differently right now.
Yep.
That one was on my list. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it quite that high.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a divisional game, and at the end of the day, are these two teams AFC South good, or are they good? And I'm not 100% sure I know. Every time I think I got my thumb on Houston, they do something that makes me go, but what was that?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you let Arizona play with you that long?
But these are still young teams, and they're still trying to figure out ways to win. I mean, I feel like they're good. We just can't trust them the way we would trust more seasoned teams. Now,
Red Sea says, as a Florida Gator fan, Keon Coleman's going to have 200 yards on us. The only problem is that we may have to directly hand it to him, and that is, I mean, he's good doing that as well.
Yep. Okay, now comes the time where I'll take the game that you said you wouldn't watch if they paid you to.
I'm more impressed that a Florida Gator fan has hung in with us this long, as many cracks as I make about Florida. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you, Red Sea.
It is. You were talking about the Tar Heels and the Wolfpack.
Of course I was.
Yeah, I mean, North Carolina, NC State, it's been a terrible downslide to the season for the second year in a row for the Tar Heels. You'll hear the game right here on ESPN Asheville coming up on Saturday, 7 o'clock. But, look, this is the rivalry game, right? And Carolina's got a lot riding on this game. Personally, as a team, you want to turn this around, right? You want this to not be the last impression that you have of Drake May in being a loss to the NC State Wolfpack. Because whatever bowl you're getting into, Drake May's not playing in. So this is the last game. A lot riding on this one. Me and Patrick Holt care, so screw you, Jeremy.
One team that can't score and one team that can't stop anybody from scoring. That should be a barn burner. I'm sure tens and tens of people can't wait to see that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take one that I knew I could wait on this because you hate the other team so bad.
Yep.
I'm taking the Chiefs and the Raiders.
I almost took that.
I'm taking the Chiefs and the Raiders because I think that is much more interesting than you will let on. Because the Raiders are not a bad team. This is not a speed bump team. This is not the New England Patriots. This is not the Jets. This is a team that is legit. And Kansas City, if you've got a hangover from Philadelphia last night, Farva can beat you.
Can he?
100% he can.
I don't think he can.
You have 6 drops again, a lot of people can beat you.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he can. I think only a few people can beat you if you have those kinds of drops, and Philadelphia is one of them. That's why I criticize Las Vegas so much. Can they make it interesting?
You score 5 points in the second half. That's what you average. Any team in the NFL can beat you if you do not show up.
Mm-hmm. I have no faith that they can beat anybody. That's why I continue to say that. All right, last pick.
This is where it gets tougher because I've still got an undrafted free agent. You know what? Just on the off chance that you will do it, I'm taking Alabama-Auburn. That game is always close, and it doesn't matter. And I saw Colin Green in the YouTube chat say Auburn plays like their life depends on it, and this is at Jordan-Hare. And that's probably enough for me.
Really? Okay.
Is Auburn good? No.
No.
But there's a reason this is only a 13.5-point spread. There is a reason for that. There are a lot of games that fall into that exact same premise, and they are 20+. This one's not, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those you can throw out the records kind of things. Is that the narrative you're going with here?
It's not so much throw out the records. I'm curious how Alabama looks in this game because this is another one that if you are not as disciplined as a Nick Saban team would be, there is a shot that Auburn could catch you because they are going to give you their best shot. And you could be looking ahead to Georgia, and that could end poorly.
Well, does a ticked off Auburn team show up in the Iron Bowl to try to take down number 8 Alabama, or does number 8 Alabama just tub thump the Auburn Tigers who just lost to New Mexico State? I would rather go see that game. You know what? That's going to be my final pick. Number 5, New Mexico State, Jacksonville State, second place in the CUSA this weekend. Let's go. Who gets to face the Liberty Flames? That's a more entertaining game to me than Alabama and Auburn, because Jalen Milroe is going to hurt their feelings.
The more you talk, the more I'm wanting to put that game into the next set of bangers because it wasn't originally there, and I'm seriously considering it now.
Go for it. I don't think you're going to like how that ends up.
Yeah, if you look at the scores in that rivalry over the years, there's not a lot of blowouts, and there's a reason for that.
Yep. All right, undrafted free agent, you said?
Yep.
All right, I'm completely going off the board.
More than second
New
place
Mexico
game
State.
in
That's
the
right.
CUSA?
I'm not even doing football.
Oh, God.
Take me to Maui. Maui's going to be awesome tonight and tomorrow. It's going to be phenomenal. Final Four level basketball in Maui. Or, well, I guess not in Maui. They're not doing it in Maui, but it's on the Big Island.
Yeah, that was on my television when I got home last night. I couldn't turn it quick enough.
I don't understand what your hatred of basketball is.
It's not hatred. It's just you're completely irrelevant until March. You are. Like, these tournaments, it's good action. I'm way too busy with football. I just am. You get Kansas. You get all of these. Okay, that's great. You're going to look so different by the end of this year that it doesn't tell me anything for the tournament. And I looked at that field. Purdue will walk through their conference. Gonzaga will walk through theirs, and Kansas will walk through theirs. I'm not there. At least not over Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You catch me on either side of Thanksgiving, okay, maybe we can talk.
No, Thanksgiving is when college basketball starts because of the Maui.
I won't see one play of college basketball.
That's sad.
I saw a play of Gonzaga Purdue last night and didn't mean to.
Yeah, that's sad. Purdue, Tennessee, and Kansas Marquette tonight. That's 4 teams in the top 10. That's going to be some good basketball worth watching.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're not too busy with your DraftKings lineups like Jeremy.
Yes. And I'll make some monies. Oh, you left me way more things than...
There's nothing there. Don't worry about it. There's nothing left.
Oh, that's not true.
Please, tell me.
That's not true. I mean, I'm going to have to go beauties in the eye of the beholder. Looking at Ravens Chargers.
Ugh.
If they'd fired Brandon Staley, I would 100% have been there. You know what? I'll take Washington State, Washington.
Yeah.
It's another coach that I could easily see. I mean, the end of the season didn't go so well, but it's another throw out the record books. And it gives me a reason to see Michael Penix. It interests me a lot more than watching Zach Edey. That's for sure. I'll give you the whole Maui tournament. I still think I dog-walked you in this.
You didn't, but it's okay. You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Yep, regardless of where you're going to go this weekend, we do want you to be safe, right? Everybody be safe out there on the roadways. We're hitting the road tomorrow, driving down to Florida. I know a lot of people are traveling away from home, and just safe travels, right? That's the most important thing. Also, don't forget to, take all those precautions when you're frying your bird, because you don't want to set the house on fire. I think, Jared, you did that once, didn't you?
I've never fried it.
I've never tried to fry a turkey?
I've never made a turkey.
Really?
No.
That kind of surprises me. You're in the Sportsocracy. ESPN Asheville.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
The Ingalls Advantage isn't just about savings or the best quality food for your family. It's more than that. It's the advantage of being a part of a community. That's why we provide over 2 million pounds of food every year through regular donations and programs like the Ingalls Giving Tree, Food for Thought, and the Ingalls Fill a Backpack program. It's the right thing to do, and we know that you would do the same. Ingalls, your neighbor for over 50 years.
KFC's 2 for $5 chicken wraps. 'Tis the season for tasty goodness with KFC's new mac and cheese, classic and spicy slaw chicken wraps. Did they mention you can get any 2 for only $5? It's finger-licking good.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand, the best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Tests are a necessary part of life. They evaluate our ability to handle the things life throws at us. Our floors go through tests too. Pets, kids, spills, scratches, you name it, our floors deal with it. That's where LifeProof flooring comes in. Available in a wide variety of colors and styles for all areas of your home. Whether it's premium pet-proof carpet, waterproof and scratch-resistant vinyl plank, or even outdoor turf, all LifeProof flooring is designed to endure life's toughest tests. Available at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
And now a special motorcycle weather report from Progressive.
And today expect mostly sunny conditions with a high on life that can only come from cruising down the road on two wheels. Kids will wave, dogs will bark, and cyclists in padded shorts will instantly regret their chosen mode of transportation. Whereas you, on the other hand, will look super duper cool. Back to you in the studio.
This has been a special motorcycle weather report from Progressive, where every day's a beautiful day to ride with coverage from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Get a quote today and see what you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Some of the best sounds you'll ever hear are generic. Safe, effective, even money-saving, just like FDA-approved generic drugs. Even if they don't come in the exact same color or shape as their brand name equivalents, they have the same key ingredients and go through a rigorous review process. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today and visit fda.gov/generic drugs. Generics are safe, effective, and can save you money. You'll like the sound of that.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search iHeart Holiday and start listening to your local holiday station. Plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Yay! Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
The Sportsocracy.
That is some good, clean family fun there, eh, Kai?
It is ESPN Asheville. You're in the Sportsocracy. It is a football Tuesday. And we've had another coach fired. And finally, it's Matt Canada. Pittsburgh Steelers making the change mid-season. First time since 1941.
You could tell me that Ralph Wiggum was their new offensive coordinator. I don't care. I don't care who it is. It's Sullivan was his last name. I wasn't the dungeon master Kevin Sullivan, so I'm not 100%
sure. Mike Sullivan. Take it over.
It can't be any worse.
No.
I'm sure old Mikey probably knows that, hey, Jalen Warren's the best running back we have, and it's not really all that close. Now, my curiosity is how long does it take this fella to realize this is his shot as an OC and sit Kenny Pickett down?
I mean, is that the answer?
Can Mitch Trubisky be any worse? Can Mason Rudolph be any worse? I mean, you missed like aggressively.
A whole lot better.
I didn't ask if they were going to be better. I said, could they be any worse?
No.
This is the New York Jets theory. Tim Boyle is awful. Can he be awfuler than Zach Wilson? No, probably not.
Pittsburgh's offense has been putrid all season long. They have not they have not outgained a single opponent that they've faced. And
Would you like to hear the three quarterbacks whose QBR has been worse than Kenny Pickett?
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill, Zach Wilson, Bryce Young. Holy good Lord, I just realized Bryce Young's was lower than Zach Wilson's.
It's not good.
Now, would you like to hear who's directly in front of him? Daniel Jones, Desmond Ridder, and Mac Jones.
It's awesome.
That's hard to wrap your brain around bad. That's so bad that, I mean, as long as Mitchell Trubisky walks in and understands that the offense goes that way, couldn't be a whole lot worse.
Right. Is there any putting the spark in this team? I mean, you can see the bump, right? You can see the fired coach bump this week against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, I mean, the question for me with whatever they're going to do with this offense, the two quarterbacks in the NFL that are hovering right around the 50 QBR mark, all right, 50 that's the league average, are Russell Wilson and Derek Carr. Can you get that level of quarterback play? Because if you can, you're going to make the playoffs. If you can't, you will find a way to miss it. Just will. The AFC is too competitive, and your offense is pathetic. 10 games. As he said, you haven't outgained a team yet. And one of those was Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. Another was Dorian Thompson-Robinson in his first start. Well, second start. First one where he had a whole week to prepare.
You're not giving up a lot, and that's the problem, right? That's the main problem for me, is that you didn't give up a lot this past week. You still got outgained.
Yeah.
That's what makes it worse.
Because, I mean, the problem to me is that Pittsburgh's defense is not – they're living on reputation, not really what they're putting on film. I always laugh at it. We did this with the Ravens at one time, that the Ravens had been so good defensively for so long that we just assumed they were good. Pittsburgh's not. And they're fine. They're middle of the NFL. They have up a lot through the air. The secondary is not good. And when T.J. Watt and Highsmith don't get home, it doesn't look great. They can keep you out of the end zone. They do that bend, don't break thing that you like to talk about, which makes me so angry. I hate that term. That's really just a nice way of saying, well, we suck something awful, but we could be worse.
But we don't let you score a lot. Something to be said.
Kelvin Joyner said they T.J. Watt really well. Bingo. That's it. There's not really a lot there.
No. So does this make a difference for the future of this team? Sure. You're ending what was a bad era.
A historically bad era.
Right. And now you get a chance to make it right next year.
I would be remiss if I didn't point out the over-under for Steelers-Bengals is 34.5. Because it's going to rain, too.
Under. 6-2.
Oh, somebody will score 9. I'll go 9-4. Pirates over the Reds.
Yeah. It's not going to be pretty. Not going to be pretty. But at least you don't have that crutch anymore. Right? We no longer have to hear that. Now we can hear about who's the next guy.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's the problem if you're Kenny Pickett is who's left to blame. You got rid of the one that everybody's been blaming for an extended period of time. So now when you don't get that fired coach bump and you somehow lose this week 10-9 to Jake Browning, all that attention goes directly to you.
Yep. And it helps the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin rip that Band-Aid a little bit easier, right? More pressure on Kenny Pickett means next year you can make the move that you need to get somebody else in there and not feel any pressure to hang on to a really, really bad quarterback.
Stop drafting mediocre quarterbacks in the first round.
Yep. You're in the Sportsocracy. It's ESPN Asheville. Take a quick break, and when we come back, it will be time to get weird, and then we'll give you the top 6 of the Week 12 Power Ranking.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Showers lingering now into our afternoon and a little damp here as you're traveling out and about this afternoon with a gusty breeze. Still some wind advisories in the ridge tops, and it looks like high wind warnings in eastern Tennessee will continue. Showers shouldn't be too much of a threat. Mid-50s tonight, chance of showers 47. Tomorrow, a little fog early, maybe a passing shower, but it should be a decent day. Mainly dry and cloudy, breezy, high near 50. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by KFC. KFC's 2 for $5 chicken wraps. 'Tis the season for tasty goodness with KFC's new mac and cheese, classic and spicy slaw chicken wraps. Did they mention you can get any 2 for only $5? It's finger-licking good.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand-name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Are you ready to take your financial well-being to the peak of excellence? Hey everybody, it's Chris Angel from Mountain Credit Union. Summit Personal Checking is a high-dividend checking account designed to elevate your financial goals to unprecedented heights. Prepare for a financial experience that combines exceptional benefits, competitive returns, and unparalleled convenience, all in one powerful account. Rates subject to change, restrictions apply. Visit mountaincu.org or stop by any of our local branches to learn more about this limited-time offer from your local credit union. At Mountain Credit Union, we're here for you because we're here with you.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
The best season of the year is here.
Tailgate season.
Monster Brewing presents this season's MVP.
The Beast Unleashed.
With 4 bold, familiar flavors.
With 0 caffeine and 0 sugar.
Beast Unleashed is your new pregame ritual.
With white haze, mean green, peach perfect, and scary berries, there's a flavor for every fan.
The Beast
Unleashed.
6% alcohol by volume. Unleashed responsibly. Must be 21 or over. Beast Unleashed available at your local retailer.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
It is the Sportsocracy, and we are live in the Ingles studio on ESPN Asheville. Time to get weird, and yes, I am going to go to Florida here. I'm actually going to Florida this week to visit some family. We'll be down in the Tampa area for a little bit. Dunedin, Florida. It's in the Tampa area. And Florida couple got arrested last week. And here's the thing, they were doing naughty stuff. They were doing naughty stuff on the side of the road. On the Dunedin Causeway. They just pulled off and then, well, I guess pulled everything out. Because the 911 calls started coming in to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office that there were people at 62 Causeway Boulevard that were doing the dirty in front of children, just out in the middle of everything. It was 9 o'clock at night. And when police arrived, or when the sheriff's department arrived on the scene, they reported that there were 2 people fully naked, engaging in their activities in the presence of children. When they arrested the woman, her quote to the cops was, "It's always been a dream of mine." You have weird dreams.
It's not that weird.
Really?
Yeah.
To do it on the side of a road?
Public is pretty high on those lists.
That is weird. That's just weird.
It's not high on my list.
When they were when the guy was taken into custody, and they were asking him about it, and said, "You do realize there's children over there, right?" His response was that, the children should have been at home. I mean, I guess he's got a point. It was 9 o'clock at night. What are the children doing out on the causeway at 9 o'clock at night? But still neither here nor there, Mr. Clark. Put it away, okay? Keep that behind closed doors. Nobody needs to see that.
My story is about Snoop Dogg. He made a lot of headlines late last week when he said, "After much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this time." Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, with him being one of the world's most famous potheads, assumed that meant that he would no longer be enjoying the marijuana. Now, I sniffed this out pretty quick because he owns 2 marijuana brands, Leafs by Snoop and Death Row Cannabis. Hard for a guy that owns a pot company to stop smoking marijuana. And you care to take a stab at what he meant by he was giving up the smoke?
Yeah, no more smoke in his house, right?
No. A lot of people assumed that this was going to be he was going to some form of vape pen or an edible. No, it's even lamer than that. He has partnered with Solo Stove. You know what they do?
Grills.
They make smokeless fire pits.
Yeah.
I feel like this should have come with a bunch at the end of it. Of giving up the smoke because they have the smokeless fire pit.
Absolutely brilliant. He got every person to talk about him. Oh, my gosh. Snoop Dogg's giving up the weed. And as soon as that came out of the first person's mouth, Mark Starling said this to me live on the air. Oh, my God, did you see the announcement? And I went, just wait. He's not stopping.
No.
He's not quitting weed. No. He did that once. You don't go back. I mean, he did.
As a marketing feller,
you don't go back twice.
Pretty brilliant.
Absolutely. Created a lot of buzz for something that
no one will. Now, here's the question.
Very many people are going to care about.
And that's where I was headed with this. There's a word in marketing. It's called conversion. What did that actually translate to? Are a lot of people now buying smokeless stoves? No. They just rolled their eyes and went, I told you it was a shtick. And Solo Stove has been said many times, and it probably led to tens and tens of sales of smokeless fire pits.
Oh, I feel like this is going to work for them. And yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of a fire pit, right, everybody's tired of the smoke following you wherever you go. So,
we've done this.
Did we?
Yeah. I had one of these at a house that I sold 4 years ago. Wasn't this brand.
Oh, that little burner thing that you had out front?
It was a
gas,
fire pit.
Yeah, the gas thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's no smoke there.
Yeah, I guess. When I think fire pit, I think circle thing in the ground. I wasn't thinking about that thing.
Well, that's basically what this is, too.
Okay. All right. Well, they are helpful.
It would be one thing if you would come out with a new idea that, fixed a smoke problem for something that smoked.
Well, look, every pot smoker now that wants a smokeless campfire, they're going to go with Snoop's brand, won't they?
We'll see.
I'm
not as sure of that as you are.
Week 12 power rankings. Only giving you the top 13 because there's really only 13 teams with a chance.
That matters. There's nobody else.
We gave you the bottom 7 last hour. Just to recap, that was Cleveland at 7. Then it was Houston, Jacksonville, Miami at 10, Seattle, Buffalo, Minnesota, rounding out the bottom 7 there. So number 6 in the actual contender tier,
the Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have you here, but it seems like every team outside of this keeps taking themselves out of it, and I'm not falling for this. I told all of you exactly how this was going to go. Looking at the schedule, you're going to reel off a series of wins here, and we're going to continue to play that perpetual cycle of being a Dallas Cowboy fan. I told Josh Michael this last night at the Ingalls Giving Tree lighting. We're in stage 4. This is a 6-stage cycle for Dallas Cowboy fans, and it happens every single year. There's preseason hype. You pay off a little bit of it. Massive disappointment. Come back. Ultimate disappointment. Fire everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Start it again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the life of a Dallas Cowboy fan. And here you are.
Yep.
And here you are. And this week you get the Washington Commandos. Not real worried there. You get the Seattle Seahawks. Not real worried there. You play the Eagles, Bills, Dolphins, Lions. That right there. That's where we go to stage 5. I can't believe they got me again. Then you make the playoffs and you get beat by, I don't know, the Lions or the 49ers or the Eagles.
Any of those teams that you just named.
Yeah, any of the ones that are, still ahead of you.
Right.
By the way, anybody see the irony that there's 6 contenders? 4 of them are in the NFC?
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing it out there.
Yep.
Now the drop from 4 to 5 it's a bit of a doozy.
Number 5.
This was the hardest one for me to delineate. I don't know if it was for you or not.
I did not struggle with the top 6 at all.
I struggle with this one. It's Kansas City Chiefs.
Whoa. Okay.
It's Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay. Because you can't catch.
It's not that. I haven't been bought into this because I adhere to a very simple philosophy. Now, Kansas City breaks this a little bit because usually what I say is, how do you expect to be better? How do you expect things to end better when you're worse at practically everything? Well, Kansas City's won Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
So, in theory, it could end that way. If it wasn't for Andy Reid, Pat Mahomes, and Travis Kelce, I wouldn't have you this high. But you do have that.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the tape on Kansas City, it is real easy to figure out that I don't know what is happening at halftime. I don't know. They see the game plan. There is no adjustment. And then you're real easy to stop in the second half. I'm going to say this in every hour of the show. You're averaging 5 points a game in the second half. 5.
Yep.
That's a problem. That's a problem because there's still 4 really good teams on this list that have really, really high sides.
Mm-hmm.
And the differentiator for me was I'm not sure Kansas City's high side's that high. You get the ball with 2 minutes to go. That was always the scariest thing about Pat Mahomes. You give him the ball with 2 minutes to go, he's going to go down and score.
Yes.
If you stop Travis Kelce, how's he do that?
Don't know.
Do you have anybody that you trust even a little itty-bitty bit?
No. Outside of Travis Kelce, no.
No. And that's
because you saw it
that's
last
the
night.
problem.
You saw it last night, right? Patrick Mahomes did his magic. He got them in position.
Mm-hmm.
And
Pat
Marquez
Mahomes did his part.
Scantling dropped it at the 1 yard line.
Mm-hmm.
That was the moment. You can have all the greatness, but you're focusing on the wrong dudes, right? And they've only got one dude I can focus on, and that's a big problem late in games because the defense knows exactly where you're going to go. You're either going to go to Travis Kelce, you're going to try to do it yourself, or you're going to go to Isaiah Pacheco because you can't trust anything else you have.
Nope. And as much as I love Rashee Rice, he is a large part of that problem.
That is a major problem. I still have them higher than that on my list.
I'm not sure which of these teams you can have them ahead of.
Yeah. Well, their recent history gives them the nod to me in tough games. Number 4.
The Detroit Lions, who already beat them in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
That was the tiebreaker for me. I don't see a humanly possible way that you put them in front of the other 3. At least not consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And Detroit, I still have a little bit of you're doing everything for the first time. And so experience is going to be a problem. Jared Goff was horrifically bad in the first half against the Chicago Bears.
Mm-hmm.
But then he figured it out. And that's the reason that you have guys like Ben Johnson. That's the reason you have guys like Aaron Glenn. And you have a coach like Dan Campbell that you emboldened to hire a really good staff.
Yeah.
Is because the adjustments are there. I told you this yesterday. I did, and I went back and checked it after the show. There was no game that I wagered more on than the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. I didn't have a wager on it going into the game.
Yeah.
I live bet every single dollar of it.
Yeah.
Because the end of that didn't surprise me in the least.
Mm-hmm. Detroit was my 5 this week because of the horrible first half that they had. Look, you're elite, all right? You're in that elite tier. I just don't know that I can trust you when it comes down to it to win the big ones. I mean, I give you credit for recovering and winning that game in the fashion that you did, but that was the Chicago Bears. You can't do that against any of these teams and survive, and that's a major problem.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying there aren't other teams that don't have that problem. Kansas City's going to have that
I was about to
problem.
say, Kansas City had that problem.
No doubt.
Because they did it to the Denver Broncos.
No doubt. No doubt.
I mean, it's just hard for me to rail on Detroit for doing things that I can immediately go, like Kansas City did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you beat them.
Yep. You're pretty close. You're pretty close. Number 3.
The San Francisco 49ers.
Yep.
I still don't trust you to stay healthy. But, man, Brock Purdy does a number on bad teams.
Mm-hmm. And when you are healthy, everything works, right? Trent Williams comes back into the fold, and guess what? They're just right back to dominating like they were before he got hurt the first time. Do we have breaking news? That was your breaking news, Eyes.
Yeah. Let me.
All right.
He's
confirming.
I got to
things.
verify this.
He's confirming things. San Francisco. Yeah, I just don't know what to trust there with San Francisco.
Yeah, we have breaking news.
Yay!
Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news?
Former All-Pro and Pro Bowler Colts linebacker Shaq Leonard has been released.
What?
He has been released by the Indianapolis Colts.
Good for him. And the word out of that locker room is that he's been ticked off by his role
well he
now.
should be.
They took him from all-pro, every down cornerstone of this defense to turning him into an ancillary piece.
That's a
awesome.
weird one. That's a weird move. I mean, I get wanting to go younger, and you like E.J. Speed, and you like all these pieces in Indianapolis, but I do not understand letting that dude go for nothing. He's too good for that.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia. Philadelphia, that's a call you ought to make.
Who's going to get him?
Oh, it'll be one of the teams we're talking about right here.
No doubt. No doubt. There is a contender that will bring Shaq Leonard in, and Philadelphia makes a lot of sense seeing as how all the injuries that they've had in that linebacker core this year.
That's shocking. Common sense ain't common sense. I'm switching teams. He's a Colts fan.
Good for you.
I just can't physically take this anymore. I would love to get to that point.
Of just saying, I'm done.
The Jets who have ripped my heart out of my body and just flicked it for 30 years. But I can't.
Yeah. All right, you had San Francisco at number 3.
I did.
So number 2 is?
Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow. Okay.
I still think Baltimore's the best team in the NFL.
Okay.
I get a game against a game. I'll take Baltimore against anybody.
I'm not there.
I am.
There. Philadelphia is still my number 1, but it is super close.
3 words. Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy it. I bought it when you had Shane Steichen. I bought it when Brian Johnson was the quarterback coach. Everybody's bumped up a spot, and I don't buy it.
Yeah.
As I said, there's a great possibility you wind up back in the Super Bowl. I just don't know how you're going to beat any of these teams with elite quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Baltimore Ravens, number 1. Are they the team to beat?
I believe so.
To me, there's no doubt about it in their division. In the AFC, they're starting to be.
I'm not sure that there's not every bit as much of a doubt about it in their division as there is in the AFC.
What do you mean?
I could make the argument that their division is every bit as tough as the AFC is. Because you got to remember they're playing each other.
Mm-hmm.
So you get Kansas City who, last night things didn't go the way they were supposed to. Oh, okay. You still have the Broncos and the Raiders and the Chargers. You don't have any of that if you're playing in the AFC North.
Right.
Your week off is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I like Baltimore.
Okay.
I like Baltimore a lot, and I feel like this may very well be the year.
You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. Jeremy's got another set of bangers coming up next.
Running a small business is no small task. At Home Trust Bank, we work hard to prepare businesses for whatever tomorrow may bring. Your dreams are our business, and we have local experts who can help you plan for a successful future. Dependable guidance you need and service you'll appreciate. At Home Trust Bank, we take your small business banking personally. Visit your local Home Trust branch or anytime at htb.com. Member FDIC.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
The Ingalls Giving Tree benefiting Manna Food Bank will be on display at at the Asheville Mall as a reminder of the needs of so many families in western North Carolina. Drop off non-perishable items in the donation barrels at all Ingalls locations, donate online or at the Ingalls Giving Tree at Asheville Mall so Manna Food Bank can reach everyone who needs help. Nothing can hold back the holiday spirit of giving in western North Carolina. Please help Ingalls Markets, iHeartRadio Asheville, WLOS, and the Asheville Citizen-Times ensure Manna Food Bank can fill thousands of empty plates this holiday season.
Make it easy to navigate your health insurance coverage with #1 rated Hummingbird Insurance. Hummingbird provides free assistance for easy comparison shopping across multiple insurance carriers. Schedule a free consultation at hummingbirdins.com. Many qualify for $0 net premiums. Even high earners may qualify for tax credit subsidies. Don't wait to learn about your options. Enroll now for next year. Visit hummingbirdins.com. Hummingbird Insurance. Comparison shopping made easy.
This is CEOs You Should Know, a short conversation with local business leaders around Western North Carolina. This month, we sat down with Dr. Chad Reinhardt from Summit Dental in Asheville. Dr. Reinhardt, thanks so much for being with us today. What are some of the things that you do at Summit Dental to give back to the local community?
One of our favorite things to do is to help out with whenever there are different free dental clinics in the community. There's been just a number of those in the community over the years, and we love to kind of help out and participate with those. I've had the chance to go on several different mission trips to Kenya and Dominican Republic, but there's also something which are really great and love those. Very rewarding. It's great to help people, but there's also something very rewarding about being able to help people here at home in our community in Buncombe County, in Asheville, and provide free dental care for those in need.
To hear more of our conversation with Dr. Chad Reinhardt from Summit Dental, visit our station's website and look under audio archives. You've been listening to CEOs You Should Know.
It's the 4th annual Ugly Sweater Run 5K and 10K presented by Hunter Subaru. Saturday, December the 2nd at the Riveter in Asheville. Runners and walkers don their most outrageously festive and tacky outfits, making this the most festive race of the year. Whether you're a seasoned runner or just looking for some holiday fun, the Ugly Sweater Run is the perfect way to celebrate the season, spread joy, and create lasting memories. For more information and to get signed up, go to idaph.net, idaph.net. Proudly sponsored by 97.7 The Brew, Asheville's Christmas station.
Coffee closes on. Get them the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power. That watch costs more than your car. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
It's Thanksgiving, and we have a lot to be thankful for, and you know what I'm thankful for? It's my favorite time every week. It's when I get to give you all of my favorite underdog. Speed of lightning, roar of thunder. Boston College is an 8-point dog against Miami, and I can't make that make sense. Miami has quit. They have me playing quarterback. Yes, they gave a fight to Louisville. This has lay-down game written all over it. I'm almost to the point of taking Boston College in the money line, but I'll certainly take the 8 points. NC State's a 2-point dog at home against North Carolina. Hey, that defense is really good. You know what I've seen from Drake May? When he plays really good defenses, he's not really good. And I don't think he will be this week either. I'm taking NC State plus the 2. I'll take him in the money line. This one pains my soul, but I'm going to do it. Florida Gators are a 6.5-point dog against my Florida State Seminoles. I don't think they win, but I think they are going to put the fear of absolute God in me and everything in garnet and gold. Florida State wins. It's by a field goal. And I already said I'm taking underdogs, and you know what this segment means? It means Michigan, Ohio State. Not so fast, my friend. I'm still taking the Wolverines. Kyle McCord sucks. And now he gets to play one of the best defenses in the country. I don't care if Jim Harbaugh's the coach. I don't care if John Harbaugh's the coach. I don't care if Nancy Harbaugh's the coach. Michigan's not losing at home. Give me Big Blue. They'll be singing Hail to the Victors all night long. And you can take all those wagers to betus.com. Use our promo code Sportsocracy. Get a 125% deposit match on your initial investment and up to 30 risk-free wagers so you can make all that beautiful blue and gold money all weekend long. We got a lot of Ohio State fans that listen to this show.
Yeah.
I really tried to bait and switch that as hard as I could. If you've been listening for a long time, you didn't get fooled. If you're new, you might have.
Yep. All right, so officially you're going Michigan Wolverines.
Correct.
Over the Ohio State Buckeyes.
I don't care which member of the Harbaugh family is the one wearing a headset. Ohio State's healthy. They're fine. You don't have a quarterback. You don't have a quarterback. Kyle McCord is not good. Watch the tape.
Yep.
And now you're expecting him to go into Michigan with a us against the world mentality. And the number just stinks.
Bet.
The number just stinks so bad. This should be 6.5 at minimum. I don't think they're going to boat race them. I think it's close, and I think they score late.
Mm-hmm.
And they could be singing "Hail to the Cheaters." I'm not.
They could be.
Not averse to that.
They could be. But here's the thing.
Us against the world
that team has a mojo right now of it's us against the world. And the coach may think, oh, this should be America's team. No, you're going to get pounded by America for being tied to the sign-stealing thing. But as a cohesive unit, there may not be a stronger team in the country.
That Stephen Tao actually said what swayed me to stay on the Michigan side. Game's a little harder when you don't know the signs. They really want to show to you that didn't mean nearly as much as you think it did. And this is a prime spot to do it. Because they know. If you lose to Ohio State, everything you've done for 3 years goes completely out the window.
Yep.
Everybody in that building will be forgotten.
Yep. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Showers lingering now into our afternoon, and a little damp here as you're traveling out and about this afternoon with a gusty breeze. Still some wind advisories in the ridge tops, and it looks like high wind warnings in eastern Tennessee will continue. Showers shouldn't be too much of a threat. Mid-50s tonight, chance of showers 47. Tomorrow, a little fog early, maybe a passing shower, but it should be a decent day. Mainly dry and cloudy, breezy, high near 50. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there. And even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Your floor is the unsung hero of your home. What other part of your house gets walked over, jumped on, scraped up, spilled on, and used as much? That's where LifeProof's luxury vinyl plank flooring comes in. Our premium flooring is durable, scratch-resistant, 100% waterproof, and antimicrobial, so it can take everything life throws at it. Plus, it comes in a variety of colors with a realistic wood texture and is easy to install. Make sure your floor can stand up to life's toughest tests with LifeProof. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Careless debris burning is the leading cause of wildfires in North Carolina. Remember to keep your burn pile small, not tall, and never burn on dry, windy days or leave your fire unattended. Learn more at ncforestservice.gov. You are the best defense against wildfires.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
If you have a dog, you might be worried about your good boy being bad for your carpet. But if you had LifeProof with PetProof technology carpet, you wouldn't have to worry, even if you had a whole pack of dogs. Because LifeProof with PetProof technology delivers permanent built-in stain and soil protection that never washes or wears off. Quiet, sit, good dogs. LifeProof with PetProof technology available only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Sarles Garage and Service is your one-stop car care, offering alignments, oil changes, brakes, North Carolina inspections. Call 926-0385 to schedule your appointment with excellent customer service to handle all your automotive needs. Enjoy a delicious meal while you wait at J Creek Cafe. Michael Sarles Marathon, your one-stop shop servicing Waynesville and Maggie Valley.
The Ingalls Advantage isn't just about savings or the best quality food for your family. It's more than that. It's the advantage of being a part of a community. That's why we provide over 2 million pounds of food every year through regular donations and programs like the Ingalls Giving Tree, Food for Thought, and the Ingalls Fill a Backpack program. It's the right thing to do, and we know that you would do the same. Ingalls, your neighbor for over 50 years.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
It is the Sportsocracy, and we are live on ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. The Sportsocracy is heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app, and we are seen everywhere on the YouTubes. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, so you can join us in the chat. You can vote in all of the matchup polls for the Pick'em game for Week 12 in the NFL. And here we are, final hour of the week. Obviously, with the Thanksgiving holiday, everybody's in and out of the office, and we are out of the office after today. We hope everybody gets to spend some time with their families and at least be away from work for a while.
I have 58 and a half more minutes before I vegetate in my living room with my lovely wife and our new television. Won't leave that general vicinity but one time in 5 days.
Yep. So, anyhow, no matter what you're doing, whether you're staying home or you're hitting the road like me, we hope that your Thanksgiving is very, very safe. We are going to be joined in the studio for the Pick'em game here.
We're hoping so.
Okay.
He was running a little behind for our rebranded pick segment here.
All right.
Because we figured that we need to give Tank a chance here because he's back there a ways.
Mm-hmm.
So
just a little bit.
We adapted this segment's sponsored as always by ClarissaSellsWNC.com, and so we took an old idea of ours called Bet Your House. So now every week we will have a Bet Your House pick that's worth three games.
Is it mandatory you have to have a Bet Your House pick every week?
I mean, I don't think it should be. I don't think it's mandatory.
Okay.
I have one.
Okay.
I have one that I feel so good about.
Just trying to make up some ground on Asheville Police Chief David Zach here.
It also will cost you 3 games if you're wrong.
Yeah, that's the caveat.
I
don't like that.
Last week yours would have been Jets plus 7, and that should have cost you 12 games.
Why would that ever be a confidence pick?
Why was it a pick in the first place?
Hey,
you say it like, oh, who would do that? I thought the same thing when it came out of your mouth.
Well, scoff all you want to, mister. I dogged you last week. Made up 4 games on that 7-game deficit that I dug myself into the previous 2 weeks, so we're back to a 3-game deficit on you. However, on the leader of the game, we both have quite a ways to make up.
That's okay. It's okay. I'm a fourth quarter team. We all know it.
Anyhow, we'll begin the picks here. We'll get Chief Zach's picks whenever he can join us here in the Sportsocracy inside the Ingles studio. Coming up, first game Thursday, noon 30. You got the Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers. Detroit's a 7.5-point favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It's Detroit.
No doubt.
Minus the 7.5.
I didn't think about that for.
No.
But Jordan Love threw for 300 yards last week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, against the Chargers. Mm-hmm. There's a big difference.
Huge difference. Huge difference between Detroit and Green Bay. Huge difference between Detroit and the Chargers. Detroit is on a roll here that somebody's going to stand in the way, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the Green Bay Packers. They just do everything well.
Mm-hmm.
The execution is there with this team, and that's the reason that they are, number 4 in the power rankings this week.
Yes. This one was not hard to me. The house is on Detroit. You and I are both on Detroit. I feel pretty sure Asheville Police Chief David Zach is probably on Detroit.
Should be. He should be.
I would be nominally surprised if he wasn't.
Next up, the 4:30 game on Thanksgiving. The Dallas Cowboys, minus 10.5 against the Washington Commanders.
This one was markedly tougher to me.
Okay.
11 is a number I reserve for very good against very bad.
Mm-hmm.
That is not what we have here.
Mm.
Micah Parsons will get his.
Yes.
I do not know how they're going to stop Sam Howell from throwing for over 3 bills. And to me, that's enough to cover. This game may never be close. Dallas may win this game by a comfortable 10 and Washington backdoor covers. 10.5, 11, you're getting both sides of the market here. Sharp money's on Washington, so am I.
All right, Washington plus the 10.5. I will happily be on the other side of you for that one. Dallas minus the 10.5. Look, Washington can move the ball. There's no question about that. The problem is where the mistake's going to come in. Where are you going to drop the ball? Right.
Well, CeeDee Lamb is also going to eat you alive.
And where are you going to throw the ball away? Because it's coming at some point.
If you look at Sam Howell over the course of this year, his best games have come after his most horrific games.
All right, so bounce back spot for Sam Howell is what you're predicting here.
I like him a lot.
All right, I'll be on Dallas minus the 10.5. Did the house go with me?
Yes, they're on Dallas with you.
All right. And 8:20 game. Thanksgiving is San Francisco and Seattle. It's in Seattle. And San Francisco's a 6.5-point favorite. I'm on San Francisco.
Easily. I to be honest with you, I don't think any of these Thanksgiving Day games are actually going to be good.
I think the San Francisco-Seattle game has the best chance of being a good game. And by good, I mean competitive.
Seattle's catching 13% of the money at 6.5. And it's swelled to 7 in some places, and it's not changing anything.
No. Should be a San Francisco comfortable win. Although it could be a trap game.
Power Rankings line says this number stinks and it should be higher. I think Vegas is baiting the public. I think this is a bloodletting.
All right. The Black Friday game.
Speaking of bloodletting.
Miami and the New York Jets. Jets. Miami's 9.5-point favorite. It's a lot of points, right? No, it's Miami minus the 9.5 for me.
I considered this probably more than I should have. Miami has really struggled with this defense, but it's not enough. I mean, I don't buy Tim Boyle at all. He's not good. I saw him in Charlotte when we went down and I saw him at Wofford, and he looked absolutely lost. And I'm talking throwing on air. He looked lost. This will be his 4th start. He's 0-3 in the first set. I don't think he's ever broken 225 yards passing. I believe that's the stat I saw before the show. And I don't think it's happening here.
Yeah.
The Jets are just lost. I mean, this is a lost season. It's not getting any better. Zach had a role in it, don't get me wrong. But I don't even like the way this was handled. You know, even demoting Zach Wilson. Well, I mean, and now he's the 3. That's dumb. You're telling me that you, honest to God, think Trevor Siemian gives you a better chance to win games? You're delusional.
No.
You're grasping at straws, and you're trying to satiate the fan base.
I was going to say,
I'll tell you another part of this that just is irking me, and name's on the door. Robert Sala's hinting at things is going to get you fired.
What do you mean?
Over the course of the last 2 weeks, he has laid the subtle little hints of, well, it wasn't my call. Of course it wasn't your call. Of course it wasn't your call. You're a defensive guy. You wouldn't know a power sweep from a power vacuum cleaner. And it's super obvious. In the press conference yesterday, he basically said that somebody asked what they could have done differently in the pre-draft process. And he said, well, I had my own opinions about that, but I've let Joe know that behind closed doors. I don't want to get into it with you. Fired. You have guaranteed yourself fired. We'll satiate it with Aaron. We'll find a coach. I don't know who it'll be, but your attitude is going to get you fired. You're not good enough under any stretch of the imagination to be so cocky when you talk to the media. That bravado and the brashness, that works when you win. It makes you sound like a moron when you lose. And that's where this is at. Is you're wanting to put this on Joe Douglas. You're wanting to put this on everybody else. Here's the thing. You drafted a quarterback in the worst quarterback draft of my lifetime. You had 4 busts and one that's not as good as we thought he would be. Justin Fields is the second best quarterback out of that class, and it's not even close. There was no win there. You make this sound like, oh, we bypassed two great quarterbacks. No, you were desperate. You did what desperate teams do. You ignored the signs, and now here you are.
Mm-hmm.
And you were desperate and traded for Aaron Rodgers, and he's hurt.
So in that instance, Rob Salah just should have said nothing?
How do I say this delicately? Yes. Yeah, you should have just looked at him and gone, we drafted who we thought we should have drafted. We've tried to win football games, and this is where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to Tim Boyle.
Mm-hmm.
But trying to indemnify yourself. Listen, buddy, you're Mr. I keep receipts. Well, so do I. I remember how you were on Zach Wilson, whether it was out loud or anything else. So you can try to play that nonsense with other people. It don't work with us. But because we who have been here for 30 years, we remember. And God forbid you do it to the ones that have been here for 60.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with one of those.
Mm-hmm.
They remember too.
They remember that he was on Zach Wilson?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, the Black Friday game's not going to go well for you. You had a chance. And that was before 4 plays into the season.
Mm-hmm. Season's over. You're dead.
Everything that has happened since then, I don't know. I know it's New York, so nobody gets a pass. But I don't see how you don't give them a pass.
Because it's New York.
Oh, well,
yeah, you answered your own question.
Yeah. Any other fan base, though? Any other media market? I feel like
you can't be the 5th most likely team to win a Super Bowl going into a season and have a historically bad offense.
Mm-hmm.
If you were even competent, maybe that would be true. But you're not. You're not, and somebody's head's going to roll. And it may be Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh and Nathaniel Hackett. I don't know. I don't know how you can let Nathaniel Hackett go with Aaron Rodgers sitting there. Maybe you associate him with Devontae Adams. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is a disaster of epic proportions.
Yep. All right, you're in the Sportsocracy. ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We'll take a quick break here, and then we will tackle the 1 o'clock slate on Sunday. We're back counting down to kickoff. Let's look at today's 3 keys to premium pre-gaming with Beast Unleashed, presented by Monster Brewing. Number 1, beat the heat.
Unleash the beast with bold, familiar flavors, 0 caffeine, and 0 sugar.
Number 2, running the option.
There's 4 to choose from: White Haze, Peach Perfect, Scary Berries, and my personal favorite, Mean Green.
And number 3, at 6% ABV, Max Protect.
Always drink responsibly, and you must be 21 or over.
Beast Unleashed, available at your local retailer.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
Say goodbye to pests with Bug Out. With over 60 years of experience, our expert technicians are equipped with innovative products, personalized service, and put our customers first. Choose year-round pest protection with Bug Out. Get a free quote by visiting bugoutservice.com today.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand-name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works. And Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
The iHeartRadio Asheville Pro Football Pick'em Challenge is back. Just log on to WWNC.com and go to contest, and you can sign in to make your picks. Each weekly winner wins a $50 gift card to Asheville Pizza and Brewing. Make your picks now.
The Sportsocracy.
We treat star athletes better because they're better people.
That's not fair.
Life isn't fair, kiddo. Get used to it.
We're back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Today is a football Tuesday. Just let me know whenever you're ready, and I'll let you do that again. You got another one in you somewhere?
Before the hour's over.
We'll see. We'll see. We're picking every game against the spread. It's our fun little game, and we're calling it Bet Your House from now on, because Jeremy and I are so far behind Asheville Police Chief David Zach that, well, we need a little chance to catch up. So, new wrinkle in the game. Each week, there will be an opportunity for each of us to select a Bet Your House game that will count as 3 if you get it right. It also, though, will count against you 3 if you get it wrong. Because what did you say? Chiefs got how big of a lead now?
I don't remember. It's on a different screen.
Oh, okay.
I think he's 7 games ahead of me. I'm 3 ahead of you.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. All right.
He's had 3 really good weeks in a row.
That he has. And we'll get his picks once he gets here. He's efforting, obviously. He's a busy man. So he will be here when he gets here. Bet Your House brought to you by Clarissa Hyatt Zach of eXp Realty. You can check her out at ClarissaSellsWNC.com. 1 o'clock slate on Sunday. Let's go with the hometown team, the Carolina Panthers, taking on the Tennessee Titans in Nashville. Tennessee is a 3.5-point favorite. Jeremy?
This was one of the most difficult games of the week for me, but I just can't stop coming back to Will Levis against that defense.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like he's going to hit one over the top, and that's probably enough. I've even heard talk of Mike Vrabel being on the hot seat, which is dumb to me.
That seems crazy, and I don't think so, because I look at Tennessee, and I think that defense is pretty good.
It hasn't been.
Carolina's got a terrible offensive line. I don't see how they're going to deal with them up front. I'm on Tennessee.
I wish this was 2.5, but I didn't set the line.
I'm on Tennessee minus the 3.5. Jeremy, you are as well?
Correct.
All right. Did the house
join
us?
Tennessee as well.
I just don't see how anybody can have faith in the Carolina Panthers.
It's just so listless. I mean, this is a game that you really need to win. But I have no faith of this team going on the road.
No.
Especially not against a team coached by Mike Vrabel.
No. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Indianapolis Colts. Surprise breaking news earlier in the program. The Indianapolis Colts releasing Shaq Leonard. It's very weird.
It had been rumored for a better part of a week. I didn't think it was going to happen.
Right. Indianapolis is a 2.5-point favorite in this one at Lucas Oil. And I'll be on my Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus the 2.5.
Good. I needed one because I'll be on Indianapolis confidently.
Confidently, he says.
Baker Mayfield on the road. Yeah, I'll pass.
Mm-hmm.
I love Michael Pittman in this game. I like all things Indianapolis passing offense. You have given up a perfect quarterback rating and the biggest game a rookie quarterback has ever had.
Yes.
In the last month.
Yes.
And I have no reason to think, with Indy coming off a bye, you're not about to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Gardner Minshew's probably my favorite quarterback in DraftKings this week.
It's not a bad play. There will be an opportunity to put up points against that porous Tampa Bay defense. You are correct. I just don't really know that you're going to be able to complete the win because I think Baker will be able to match you.
How many teams in the NFL are catching so we got 16 games this week.
Yeah.
How many teams are catching more of the money than the Indianapolis Colts?
More of the money?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Would you like to hear the list again?
None of them?
94% of the money is on Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
The craziest part of that, 60% of the tickets are on Tampa. You're catching 6% of the money at 60% of the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why this is my bet your house game.
All right, you're going to make that your special three
Correct. I love this. I've said this 100 times. If you get similar teams, AFC, NFC, I'm taking the AFC team.
Mm-hmm.
It bit me last night, but not because of anything that the NFC team did. If anything, it just reaffirmed, man, the mid to bad tier of the NFC is awful.
Mm-hmm.
And I get Shane Steichen against Todd Bowles coming off a bye. I don't know how many more examples of why I'm on Indy I need, but I think I got 7 more left if they're required.
All right. Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints in Atlanta, and it's a 1-point spread. New Orleans is a 1-point favorite.
They're both coming off buys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like either one of them.
I don't either. I don't like either of these teams, really. And Atlanta's going back to Desmond Ridder?
Yeah.
For what purpose?
I have absolutely no idea.
Why did you go to Taylor Heineken and then go back to Desmond Ridder? I mean, did you think that it was going to be like a vast improvement in the offense when you went to Taylor Heineken? Because it wasn't.
It was better.
I mean, but it wasn't change the world different, right? It wasn't, this is a completely different team. We're so much better
because Arthur
now.
Smith's still the head coach. And you still got Drake London and Kyle Pitts, and you still look at Jonnu Smith and go, yeah, let's run the offense through that dude.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons.
Yes, as am I. Atlanta plus the 1. Because you give me one of these close NFC South games, I'm going to take the home team about every time.
For me, it's not necessarily the home team. It's just I don't even really have a great reason for it. Atlanta, number 2 in money this week. Heavy smart money on the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
And I may have let that sway me, but they should be fully healthy this week.
Right.
And the Saints are not.
All right, also in the 1 o'clock slate on Sunday, house picks.
They took New Orleans.
They took New Orleans. And did they take Tampa or Indianapolis?
They took Indy. They're with me.
All right.
And by the way, I've seen this a couple times in the chat. Kyle Pitts is not hurt. He was out with a personal thing. He is not hurt. He wasn't at practice yesterday, but it wasn't an injury.
Okay. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Cincinnati has no Joe Burrow. You have a Jake Browning now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to react to that against good teams. I don't think it matters for me much in this one.
To me, this is fired coach bump.
Oh, for Pittsburgh?
Mm-hmm. Jake Browning will put you in bad situations. You'll score some points. I think that's why you did this right now. And I'm on Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I don't feel great about it because I hate having bad offensive teams on the road. But the Canada thing is enough.
Mm-hmm. We hope. You hope it's enough. I don't know if it is. I really don't know if it is because I still like Cincinnati as a team. The problem is it's that quarterback.
So you have a quarterback that was getting hit a lot. Not as much as he had been, but he was getting hit a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That was elite. Now you have a mediocre to bad quarterback that I have next to no faith in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like your chances.
Yeah. Because what? It turns into the Joe Mixon show?
I mean, I just load the box and make Jake Browning beat me.
You still have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase on that team, though, and I would think they could make him look even decent. Anybody. They could make anybody look decent, I would think.
I have a weird feeling this game will show you just exactly how important quarterbacks are.
Yeah, maybe so. I'll be on Cincinnati regardless, plus the 1. Jeremy, you're going with Pittsburgh as the favorite on the road.
Correct.
Did the house go with you?
The house is with you.
The house is with me on the Cincinnati Bengals. New York Giants, New England Patriots.
The loser of this game will be anyone that watches it.
I don't know why you would. Unless.
I don't know how the New England Patriots are a 3-point favorite on the road.
I don't either.
I cannot wrap my brain around that.
I don't. They should not be a favorite against anybody.
There's only one explanation that I can come to that makes any form of sense, is that Vegas turns like a cruise ship, and they cannot get their brain wrapped around that Bill Belichick doesn't have the ponies at this point to do that. Oh, Bill against young quarterbacks. This ain't New England of when he was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They can have a week, and I get it. They're coming off a bye. The Giants are also coming off a win, and it was a division win. I've been burned by New England enough times this year. I'm taking the Giants.
Yep. I'm on the Giants as well, and I really didn't even think about it for a second.
The hook helped. It's down to 3 in some places, and I don't love that as much because there is a possibility that New England wins this game by a field goal.
3 is the number I have. Are we setting
3.5?
3.5?
Yep.
Okay. Make the note. That is a 3.5 now.
The hook made me feel markedly better,
but
I'm not sure I would have taken. I'm not sure I would take New England as a favorite on the road against any team in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, if they came to Charlotte, I would probably have to think about it, but I'm not doing it here.
Yep. New York Giants plus the 3.5 for me and Jeremy. The house.
They're with us on the New York Giants.
Is with the Giants as well. You're in the Sportsocracy. ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400 will continue with Week 12 previews and picks next.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Showers lingering now into our afternoon, and a little damp here as you're traveling out and about this afternoon with a gusty breeze. Still some wind advisories in the ridge tops, and it looks like high wind warnings in eastern Tennessee will continue. Showers shouldn't be too much of a threat. Mid-50s tonight, chance of showers 47. Tomorrow, a little fog early, maybe a passing shower, but it should be a decent day. Mainly dry and cloudy, breezy, high near 50. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Bug Out.
Say goodbye to pests with Bug Out. With over 60 years of experience, our expert technicians are equipped with innovative products, personalized service, and put our customers first. Choose year-round pest protection with Bug Out. Get a free quote by visiting bugoutservice.com today.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer. And some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor. While others need a Gillette Anti-Chafe Stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
It's here. Black Friday week is live at Target. Save up to 50% on select tech and video games. Plus, save up to 40% on select small appliances, up to 45% on floor care, and so much more. And get free shipping when you spend $35 or use your red card at Target.com. Hurry! These Black Friday deals end Saturday. Get low prices and great Black Friday deals. Only at Target. Exclusions apply.
Even if you take excellent care of your teeth and gums at home, you still need to visit a dentist regularly. Many dental problems don't become visible or cause pain until they're in the more advanced stages. Asheville Smiles offers wellness digital scans, advanced oral cancer screenings, and have the latest diagnostic tools to provide patients with the most thorough clinical exam. When you're thinking about positive changes this year, don't forget to make that dental appointment, especially if it's been 6 months or longer since your last visit.
Running a small business is no small task. At Home Trust Bank,
We work hard to prepare businesses for whatever tomorrow may bring. Your dreams are our business, and we have local experts who can help you plan for a successful future. Dependable guidance you need and service you'll appreciate. At Home Trust Bank, we take your small business banking personally. Visit your local Home Trust branch or anytime at htb.com. Member FDIC.
The Ingalls Giving Tree, benefiting Manna Food Bank, will be on display at the Asheville Mall as a reminder of the needs of so many families in western North Carolina. Drop off non-perishable items in the donation barrels at all Ingalls locations, donate online or at the Ingalls Giving Tree at Asheville Mall so Manna Food Bank can reach everyone who needs help. Nothing can hold back the holiday spirit of giving in western North Carolina. Please help Ingalls Market, iHeartRadio Asheville, WLOS, and the Asheville Citizen-Times ensure Manna Food Bank can fill thousands of empty plates this holiday season.
The Sportsocracy.
Why are you smiling? Because I love football.
We are back in the Sportsocracy inside the Ingalls studio on a
Football Tuesday.
Yeah, we got one out of him. It's a Football Tuesday as we will be out of the studio here for the remainder of the week with the Thanksgiving holiday. So we're doing all the picks against the spread today. It's Football Tuesday, and we are playing Bet Your House with Asheville Police Chief David Zach. He is apparently on the way. Busy guy, so, you know.
He may be doing policing things.
I'm
and
sure
if that's
he
the
is.
case, we'll catch up with him next week.
I mean, honestly, a good police investigation is the only reason that you would miss this program.
I can think of no less than 78 reasons. Some of which I am not allowed to say on the show.
It's only top cop kind of activity that keeps him away from this here program. Because we all know it's got to be the highlight of the week when you take as much crap as somebody in a position of leadership like that in a city government. I have no doubt about it. We are in the 1 o'clock slate of games, actually last game in the 1 o'clock slate on Sunday, by the way. Bet Your House, brought to you by Clarissa Hyatt Zach.
WNC.com.
Yes, Clarissa Hyatt Zach of EXP Realty. Clarissa sells WNC.com. Jeremy's already selected his Bet Your House game for the week. He's betting the house, which means if he gets it right, it could count as 3 correct answers for him this week. The Indianapolis Colts to cover the 2.5 at home against my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Houston and Jacksonville. It's the final 1 o'clock game. Actually, the only 1 o'clock game really worth watching on Sunday. Jacksonville's a 1-point favorite on the road. I feel like that's an error in judgment. I'm not saying they can't win the game.
I don't agree with you at all.
Really?
Nope.
You think Jacksonville's going to come in here and handle this game with no problems?
No, I just don't think I think the line's right. I'm taking Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I think Houston will win this game.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the line's off.
Okay. All right.
Because I would take Jacksonville roughly a field goal in Jacksonville.
I'm on the Houston Texans as well. Houston plus the I don't know. I felt like I don't know why I thought Houston would be a favorite in this one.
Yeah, it didn't surprise me at all. And the money it's pretty even, but there's a lot of value in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have problems with Will Anderson in this game. He's going to have a lot of problems with a lot of things, but that's going to be chief among them. There's something about this Houston Texans team. I'll take them in a close game at home because I think it's going to matter. 4 o'clock on Sunday, 4:05, 2 games. First one, let's go Los Angeles Rams, Arizona Cardinals. It's in L.A. What do you have as the spread on this? When I looked earlier today, it was a half.
Yep.
Is it still a half?
Yep.
And the Rams.
So it's a pick 'em for all intents and purposes.
And the Rams are the favorite?
Yes.
Slight here?
Yeah, I didn't think about this for 5 seconds. Give me the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay. You like
Josh Dobbs? I would have taken the Rams. With Kyler Murray, I will happily take the Arizona Cardinals, especially catching half point, a point.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The Rams secondary is horrifically bad.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go on the Rams side on this one. Because I feel like they'll be able to move the ball here. They're not missing Matthew Stafford in this game, right?
No, but if he gets hit again like he did last week, he may burst into flames.
Maybe so. As long as Matthew's on the field, though, I'll take that side of it.
Time is undefeated when it comes to football, and teams bear themselves out over time, and the Rams are not good.
Mm-hmm.
They're every bit as bad as we thought they were. And this game's in Arizona. I don't know how you're going to stop them over the top.
Okay. I don't know how they're going to stop Puka, though.
He hasn't been as good over the last handful of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And with a potentially limited Cooper Kupp, yeah, that's enough. That's enough for me.
Okay. The Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos.
If I had 2 bet your house games, this would be my second one.
This was mine. This is my bet your house game. Because when I looked at it, I went, I guess I get where you're going, but it doesn't matter to me because I still think you suck. I still think Denver is not a good team, especially offensively. Yeah, maybe it's looked better under Russell Wilson. Cortland Sutton, obviously, I mean, he's having a better season than I think he's had in his entire career. At least touchdown-wise, he definitely is. But I don't know that you're going to be able to score against that Cleveland defense.
That's where I'm at.
I don't believe
is you play a real-life defense, and all of a sudden you're going to look exactly like you looked. And people point to the Kansas City game. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it too.
Mm-hmm.
I do not believe in Denver. It is so unbelievably vanilla.
Yeah.
And I just don't think I don't think that is sustainable. If this was in Cleveland, I would have this as a 9.5-point lean for the Browns.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not sure Denver could score on them in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about this one for a second.
Yep. I didn't either. Cleveland plus the 2.5 for me.
The only reason I didn't make that the bet your house game is because I keep looking at Dorian Thompson-Robinson going, I still remember what you did against Baltimore. And if you do that again, then I could be wrong. So I didn't.
Yep. Let's see here. The house goes with the Browns.
Yep.
So they're with us. Browns plus the 2.5. 425. 2 games there as well on Sunday.
Seriously considered making one of these. If I had a third bet your house game, one of these would be that.
The Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders.
That's the one. Give me the Raiders. That's the one. Give me the Raiders.
Okay.
9.5. I don't know why we keep doing this. Scoring's down. Kansas City doesn't score in the second half. This game's in Vegas. And you're coming off a Monday. How many things do I need on Vegas' side to go, this is too much?
Mm-hmm.
I think Kansas City will win this game, roughly a touchdown, and it's going to look a lot like it looked last week against Miami.
Mm-hmm. I'm on the Las Vegas Raiders as well. This will be the 3rd week in a row that I've taken them, and hopefully this will be the 3rd week in a row that it has worked out for me. Yes, this team can be competitive. These division games, they tend to be weird. And Kansas City does not blow teams out.
Nope.
I mean, unless you're the Chicago Bears, right?
And that was a long time ago.
It was. That was week 3?
Mm-hmm.
Long time since that 41-10 beatdown or whatever it was. Las Vegas plus the 9.5. I saw the number and I didn't think about it. The other 425 game on Sunday. Philadelphia Eagles, Buffalo Bills.
Didn't think about this one for a real long time either.
No, I didn't either. I'm on the Philadelphia side. Minus the 3.5. Is that the number you have?
Yes.
Okay. Minus the 3.5. Thought about it for a second. But then I went, oh, yeah, I don't trust Buffalo. at all.
It's funny because I didn't think about it either, and I'm taking the Buffalo Bills.
In Philadelphia.
Yep. Wow. Your secondary is bad.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep doing these flirt with disaster things, and the Bills have a little momentum, fired coach bump, you just blew the Jets out. That's a drastically better defense. And I just feel like Buffalo is the exact opposite of the team that Philadelphia can blow out.
Okay.
I'm not even sure that you can beat them because everything you do outside of A.J. Brown, I almost feel like I could look at A.J. Brown's stat line in this game and tell you the final score.
Mm-hmm.
If it's below 8 for 80 with at least a touchdown, I could see a path that Buffalo wins this game convincingly. How are you going to stop Stephon Diggs? How are you going to stop Gabriel Davis? How are you going to stop Khalil Shakir?
Turn over Josh Allen 4 times.
That's the only path.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's going to happen because your linebackers aren't good. Your linebackers aren't good, and Josh Allen is going to run it down your throat. He's going to do the same thing to you that you do to other teams. He is going to gross this out, and I hate to break it to you, he's better at it than you are.
Is he?
He's better at this than Jalen Hurts is. If you're telling me one of these guys throws for 3 Bills, rushes for 80, and gets in the end zone 3 times, I'll take Josh Allen 100 times out of 100. Because that defensive,
I'd probably be on.
Because that defensive scheme is going to take one of those receivers away and let the other one do it.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Goedert could change this if he were able to play, but I don't think he will be.
Yeah. I don't trust Buffalo.
I don't either.
And I said at the top of the program, or at least in the first hour of the program, Philadelphia, to me, this should be the standard line. This is where the line starts. If Philadelphia's involved, the line starts at 3.5. Now, I don't care who you are.
Think about the line.
Mm-hmm.
The line tells you this be a pick 'em in Buffalo.
Which is dumb.
I don't agree. Oh, and just for posterity's sake, 94% of the money. I just refreshed it. It is now tied to Indianapolis. It's on Buffalo.
Man.
That number went up, and all of a sudden, money started pouring in on Buffalo. Philadelphia could win this game.
Mm-hmm.
I have no doubt of that. I don't see you winning it by more than a field goal.
All right. Sunday Night Football. 4.5 point spread. Baltimore Ravens against the Los Angeles Chargers.
This line feels stupid to me.
I know, yes, it feels low.
What do the Chargers do well defensively?
They don't do
You don't
anything
stop
well.
the run well. Your secondary gets annihilated every single week.
Yeah.
You just gave up 330 to Jordan Love. What do you think Lamar Jackson's going to do to you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but they're at home. Okay. So 90% of the stadium will be Baltimore Ravens fans instead of 98%, which it would be in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. I've tried to come up with a reason to take the Chargers, and I can't come up with one.
Unless you did crimes before the show, there's not one.
It's Baltimore minus the 4.5.
No doubt.
Not relatively close.
Nope.
Monday Night Football.
Can we start flexing games now?
The cherry on top of the Sunday here, I guess.
Can we? I know the window is open for us to flex games on Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
This needs to be the first one.
Yeah.
And I don't care what you flex it to. Anything else.
Baltimore Chargers. I would have taken that one.
Nah, because then you got to flex under the Sunday night. Throw Buffalo and Philadelphia out there.
Sure.
Or Kansas City and Vegas, Houston, Jacksonville.
Something.
Hell, I'd take Pittsburgh and Cincinnati over the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. Minnesota's a 3.5 point favorite against the Chicago Bears. I'm on the Minnesota side.
I'm glad you are.
I haven't seen anything from Chicago that makes me think that they're a threat to anybody.
I am heavily on the Chicago side.
Why?
Because when I watch Minnesota defensively, I see exactly what Brian Flores is doing, and this is almost like, all right, if you get a flat tire on your car, you probably don't want to ride out to Hot Springs or hop on the Appalachian Trail or anything that leads to a lot of turns. So that makes your entire scheme insanely vanilla. Well, the problem when you do that against a team that can that has a quarterback that can run the way Justin Fields can is that he can pick that apart because it is so easy to figure out. I could genuinely see Justin Fields rushing for 150 yards in this game. It wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Mm-hmm.
Ivan Pace, who was an undrafted free agent linebacker, is the only positive that you have in your linebacking core that's going to be able to deal with him.
Mm-hmm. Is that enough to win?
Yes.
Is it? It wasn't this week.
I think bad Josh Dobbs shows up this week.
Takes 2 weeks for him to wear out his welcome anywhere? Was that...
Usually by the third week, and this has been his MO. It happened with the Detroit Lions. It's happened with practically every team he's ever played for. By that third week, the tape's out. I know what you're going to do, and in this situation, I practice against this every single day. I have the quarterback that is at his best when things break down. And he's actually fast. You're not fast. I love Chicago in this game. I laughed until it hurt when I saw this number. Because you built in the buffer of a field goal. Because the Bears are so unbelievably incompetent that I could see them finding a way to lose this game on a field goal at the horn. I don't see Josh Dobbs putting up some ridiculous amount of points, and I don't see you being able to stop Justin Fields.
The question I have is can Chicago stop Minnesota? And, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying.
What am I worried about?
With the Josh Dobbs game of the bad Josh Dobbs might show up.
Who am I worried about for Minnesota?
Well, I mean, I feel like you should be worried about the tight end. Should be worried about T.J. Hawkinson.
Who's been hurt for the better part of 2 weeks. I'm going to hit him every opportunity I get. And I've got 2 safeties that are both a little off and love to hit guys coming across the middle.
Not worried
Hawkinson will get yardage.
Yeah. You're not worried about Ty Chandler. You're not worried
I have
about...
a corner, so I can deal with Jordan Addison. Because we didn't trade Jalen Johnson.
Yep.
No, Justin. As soon as Justin,
scare you, obviously.
No. As soon as I heard Justin Jefferson will not play in this game, I went, awesome. That was the only thing I was really scared of.
Interesting. Well, that'll be fun to see how that goes on Monday night, because we are very far apart.
Minnesota's very overrated by Vegas right now. Very.
Yep. All right. There you have it. There's your Week 12 picks. Bet Your House, brought to you by Clarissa Hyatt Zach of eXp Realty. Check her out at clarissasellswbnc.com. Also, you can check out Clarissa Explains Real Estate on News Radio 570 WWBNC every Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. We got bangers coming up next.
And we're going to do it a little different this week. This is a Thanksgiving parlay. There's not a ton of games that I really love this week in college football. So I stacked them all together in the hopes that I give you a very early Christmas present.
You're in the Sportsocracy. That's coming next.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt Zach with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WBNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WBNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WBNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch. The best season of the year is here.
Tailgate season.
Monster Brewing presents this season's MVP,
The Beast Unleashed.
with 4 bold, familiar flavors.
With 0 caffeine and 0 sugar.
Beast Unleashed is your new pregame ritual.
With white haze, mean green, peach perfect, and scary berries, there's a flavor for every fan.
The Beast
Unleashed.
6% alcohol by volume. Unleashed responsibly. Must be 21 or over. Beast Unleashed. Available at your local retailer.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-374-2103. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-374-2103 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103.
The Rolling Stones, the greatest rock and roll band in the world. Famous for their police-escorted motorcades that whisk them in and out of their live shows. Now, iHeartRadio gives you a chance to be part of the entourage on the Stones' upcoming tour. You and 3 friends travel via motorcade to the VIP entrance, check out Soundcheck, and see the Rolling Stones live from some of the best seats in the house. Another iHeartRadio once-in-a-lifetime experience. Enter to win by listening to this station on the free iHeartRadio app.
I never give out specific parlays for just college games. So this week, we're going to try it. You know why? Because it's the season to be thankful, and you need a reason to watch all these games. So I'm going money lines. NC State plus the 120. Virginia Tech minus 145 against Virginia. Pittsburgh plus 185 against Duke, who all of a sudden has forgotten how to score. Wake Forest plus 125 and Missouri minus the 300. Then I take a couple lines. Ole Miss minus the 10. Boston College plus 9. Iowa plus the 2.5 and the under 26.5. And Oregon State to cover the 13.5 in the Civil War. That's an 11-leg parlay, folks.
That's a lot.
You put 5 on that one at betus.com, same way I am. You want to take a stab at how much that pays?
$27,000.
Oh, if you took the 20 off of it, you'd be right. It's $7,167. And that, I just hit the button. You can see it. I'll show it to you.
That's a big old big.
That's a big old big one. And I'm going to forget I did that and hope that it hits. And I open that account and go, hey, that's more money than I remember being in there.
Yes.
By quite a bit.
That'll make a difference in your shopping season.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, you want to give yourself the best Christmas present ever? Just throw $5 on that and completely forget about it.
Mm-hmm. And when you do, then you can take all of those winnings and you can go over to the new merch store and you can buy all your friends and family all of the Sportsocracy merchandise that they can handle for the holiday season.
And we will be merging all of those things together over the holiday break. It will be done by Monday, and it should be up on the YouTube stream as well.
Indeed. We will be back with you on Monday. Final day of the week for us. Jeremy intends to fully lock himself away, except for on the Thursday when he travels and eats and then goes and locks himself back in the cave.
The boozes are on ice. HWA's already at home. She was off for the entire week. And this will be the first time we've had 5 days off together in almost 2 years.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, looking forward to the foods and all the good stuff and some very mediocre football.
Mm-hmm. Hope that everybody. Well, I mean, there's only a majority of the slate is going to be mediocre. We're going to have some good ones this weekend.
We do have one of these on our way out.
I'm
your huckleberry.
It's from Football Fossil. He asked, is the NFL going to insist that Kansas City puts she who shall not be named attendance status on the injury report? At this point, it wouldn't shock me. And you know what? I'm going to say this, too. I'm over Donna Kelsey, too. Conversation probation. Out.
Oh, the mom?
Out. Over it.
Really?
Over it. Your 15 minutes of fame were over at least 3 days ago.
Oh, no. She's adorable.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Come on.
I'm so tired of hearing about this. And look, I like Jason and Travis both.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over it.
You done.
All right, we slaughtered this horse on Tuesday, and I'm afraid she's starting to turn.
The problem is, I think it's only going to get worse.
Oh,
right?
it will.
The more that this relationship goes on, the more attention that it's going to get. And, we all really lucked out, right? If you were watching the game last night, you realize we're lucky. She wasn't there. She was still mentioned a lot. She wasn't even there. Whenever she comes back from her Renaissance Britney Swiftie tour, whatever this is.
Yeah. ABC, ESPN, NBC, Fox, NFL Network, anybody that could possibly show a game. None of us care.
Mm-hmm.
None of us. Not one. Not nary a one of us that tuned into your broadcast care about where Taylor Swift is.
Nope.
Back on conversation probation.
They're going to tell us. Hope you enjoy all of the football. Hope you enjoy all of the food. Again, if you are traveling for the Thanksgiving holiday, please be careful. Watch your speed. Wear your seatbelt. Don't drink and drive. All of the things. And remember, keep the politics away from the dinner table. That's how fights start.
It's a great way to get back to your house and enjoy a meal with the people you actually like.
You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Showers lingering now into our afternoon, and a little damp here as you're traveling out and about this afternoon with a gusty breeze. Still some wind advisories in the ridge tops, and it looks like high wind warnings in eastern Tennessee will continue. Showers shouldn't be too much of a threat. Mid-50s tonight, chance of showers 47. Tomorrow, a little fog early, maybe a passing shower, but it should be a decent day. Mainly dry and cloudy, breezy, high near 50. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
When seasonal allergies and clogged sinuses make you miserable, you want fast relief. But recently, there's confusion about which cold and allergy products work and which ones don't. In fact, oral phenylephrine, a drug found in many oral decongestants in the cold and allergy aisle, is currently being evaluated by the FDA because it may be ineffective. Luckily, there's a drug-free solution called Navage that for many provides on-the-spot relief. Navage is the natural way to relieve congestion by sucking out the allergens, germs, and mucus that can make you stuffy and miserable. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril. Trust drug-free Navage so you can breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with a new way to enjoy our beautiful planet. When exploring outdoor areas like local parks or a historic urban neighborhood this spring, be sure to recreate responsibly to protect yourself and the environment. Check the open status of a place before you visit, be respectful of others, and dispose of waste properly. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station.